Hi, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome and hello. Willkommen and hello. And willkommen. Hello. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone going? How goes everyone? How's everyone's doing, and perhaps even going? How's it all going? I hope it's all going doingly, and perhaps it's going. Oh god damn it. I don't have a good mad face on this mod. Angry at the... you can see there's like some VSync problem. I always have this with this capture card. I guess I can try and quickly put it back in. Give me a second. Alright. Hello, Nexus Crux. By which I mean Wiggler? That's your profile picture. What the fuck? Who, Nexus Crux? Is that it? That's the name you went with? That's kind of a sick name. You know what? I can kind of see it. We're gonna go boop and a boop. Reset it. Maybe. Okay, that looks good. All right, we be shiny hunt. Oh, my thing also. My actual screen also disconnected. I gotta. Because I'm not playing... Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude, I love capture cards. Aren't capture cards great? I only have had ever issues with this capture card. Maybe I should get a new one. Okay. No VSync problem. For now. It'll get there. Don't worry, it'll get there. Hey, welcome. But as I said, welcome. We're gonna... Was that a VSync problem? It better not be a fucking VSync problem, I swear. No! Okay, whatever, it's fine. Who cares? Do you care? Do you know how to fix it? Do you care or know how to fix it? I didn't think so, okay? So you're just gonna have to be dealing with it, alright? That's just how things are now. How's everyone doing today, though? How's everyone doing? Hope it's all going well. I wanted to do some shiny hunting today. That was the goal. Because I was like, you know what? I am busy. I had appointments all morning. And I got more stuff to do later today because I got appointments tomorrow that I gotta prepare shit for. Very TLDR is I am sick and tired that every time I go to the doctor... Maybe you guys can relate to it. I'm gonna be relatable for a second, okay? What's the topic set you off today? Or that you can set me off today on? Let me have my own topics for a moment. Okay, so you guys can probably relate to this. It's relatable, am I right? Guys, you go to a doctor with a problem. You're like, doctor, I have problem. I am tired. Or you go to a doctor and you say, doctor, I have problem. I am gay. and they go, well, it could be thing. And you're like, well, I don't think it's thing, but we can try medicine for thing, or we can try therapy for thing, and then thing doesn't work. And then the doctor never says anything, you don't get a follow-up appointment. It's just kind of on you to ask again, and then if you go to the doctor again, then be like, it could be same thing. And you're like, but doctor, you already tested me. We already did medication for a thing. And they're like, but it could be thing. And then they give you the same medication for a thing. And you just don't bother taking it because it's the same medication that already didn't work last time. Or other thing happens where you go to doctor and you're like, doctor, I think I have thing. And they go, well, here's a test for what thing could possibly be. And then it comes back negative, and they're like, bye. And you're like, but doctor, I still have problem caused by thing. And they're like... And then you never hear from them again, and I'm sick of that. So what I'm going to do is, because also, every time I go to the doctor, you know what else I get? You know what else I get every time I go to the doctor? I get... Well, let's do a blood test. You're complaining about thing? Let's do a general blood test. Let's just do a blood test. with no like goal to it, just to see if things are okay. You know, let's just do kind of like, let's just kind of look at things, right? Let's just look at your blood. I just like looking at your blood for a little bit. And then, you know, you do that, and then they send you an email or they call you and they're like, yeah, there was nothing suspicious. And you're sitting there thinking like, but I still have problem. So yeah, what I'm doing is I'm going to collect together all of my medical documents, every single fucking blood test I've done in the last 2 years, every goddamn medication they've tried to put me on for like 2 weeks, every diagnosis that it wasn't already. And I'm going to be like, here are my issues. I am tired. I cannot stand for more than like an hour. My back hurts almost immediately. I have all of these possible connective tissue problems. I have suspicions that it could be these things, because recently I've done a lot of research, and my newest theory is that because it's most likely not EDS, the thing that I have, it could be some kind of autoimmune disease, because there are in fact autoimmune diseases that attack your collagen and your connective tissue specifically. And I'm guessing it could be one of those. So I'm gonna be like, hey, doctor, because I actually have a really good doctor. My doctor is really cool. Last time I was there, she was even really nice because she knows about me taking estrogen, and she was like, oh, should we put you down as Miss in the documents? Or not yet? And I was like, not yet. And she was like, okay, just keep me updated. She's super nice. I love her. I love my new doctor from when I moved. She's awesome. And I'm gonna be like, hey, I have all these issues. I've already gotten tests on all of these things. Where can you send me? What specialist can you send me to that I can get a potential diagnosis or just know what might be going on? And then I will not stop being annoying, because I'm so sick and tired of always being tired and of actually just being like, just sent away. Like they'll do like a single test that kind of doesn't work. Like I remember when I got my CPAP done, right? When I did like a sleeping or sorry, not my CPAP. The CPAP is like the thing that you get if you have sleep apnea. But like I got like a sleep apnea test, and during that night I slept really badly because of the fucking sleep apnea machine on my mouth, on my nose. And I was like, hey, I didn't really sleep that good. I didn't really fall asleep good, and I woke up like way too early. So I don't know if you got any useful data out of this. And they were like, we'll look over it. And they were like, we didn't detect anything. And I was like, okay, but that was like kind of a shitty test, but like they didn't follow up. I still think that I potentially have like sleep apnea, just because, you know, every morning I wake up and I'm really, really fucking tired. And a lot of the time my throat will be very dry, or my throat will just like hurt. Or I'll sometimes wake up literally like short of breath. Like I'll wake up because I am short of breath. And I don't know if that's because like the air in my room is stale or something, because we can't really leave the window open at night, which sucks, because I really like doing that sometimes, just like a little bit, because our neighbors smoke a lot of weed, and like weed's legal, but God, it smells so bad. We can't leave the fucking window open, because it's just always smoking weed every goddamn evening. You just want to leave the window open once, man. So yeah, that's the thing that I'm kind of yapping about right now. Is I'm gonna do that today. That's an important thing I have to do today. Is get all my documents and get all my shit done. My doc keeps telling me to take a sick leave, which I kind of like refusing until now. Well, you should. If your doctor is telling you that, then you should do that. Have you tried sleeping it off? Well, I have problems with my sleep. Kind of. It's weird, right? Because like I fall asleep consistently, I can wake up consistently, but I'm just always tired. It's not my sleep hygiene that's bad, it's my sleep quality, and I don't know why. My guess would be some kind of sleep apnea, but the one test I did came back with nothing, even though the test was not good, so I don't fucking know. We need to count your B12 levels. Yeah, they always look at your vitamins. They're always like, oh, is your vitamin D good? Is your fuck, what's Schilddrüse in English? Because that's one that they always test for. Schilddrüse, your thyroid. Yeah, your thyroid. Dude, I've legit gotten tested for my thyroid, every time I've gone to the doctor for like an unclear problem where I'm like, I'm just like really lethargic. All my life I've been really lethargic. I can't really get the energy. I can't like, you know, I just have these issues. I get cold really quickly. You know, I sometimes get dizzy when I stand up, but it's not like a common thing. I've got these like unrelated things that might be pointing towards something, and they always go, yeah, let's check your thyroid, and then they take blood, they send you away, and they're like, it's not your thyroid, and then nothing happens. And I've legit gotten that, because like every time you're like, no, I've gotten tested for my thyroid gland a lot of times already, I don't think it's my thyroid. They're like, oh, but things can change, let's test your thyroid gland. And like the last thyroid gland test of my blood will have been like 2 months ago, and I'll be like, well, I don't think anything changed in 2 months. They're like, no, let's do a blood test of your thyroid gland. Dude, every time I'm gonna be like so much more. I'm so tired of being like nice about being like, oh, you know, maybe they're right. I mean, the doctors know what they're talking about, right? The doctors, they're smart, and I'm at this point like I don't think doctors know what the fuck they're talking about. Because they'll be telling me shit that I know is wrong, or they'll be like, oh, I've never heard of EDS. And I'm like, you've never heard of this? Like, I know it's not a common genetic condition, but like, you're a doctor? And I'm like, I'm not like at my general physician. I'll be like at the orthopedic clinic where they focus on like bones and muscles and joints. You know, the thing that EDS affects. Like, you'd think that if you go there with like a mystery condition, they'd be like, oh, it could be this rare genetic condition called EDS because all the symptoms. Like, no, they'll just be like, I've never heard of that. Let's send you to a geneticist. They might know more. So fucked up, man. God damn. I've gotten so annoyed about this till every time I talk about it. I know I've just gone on a whole goddamn rant, but like, oh my god. I'm gonna stop being like nice to the doctors and to the certain nurses and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna be nice, right? I'm gonna be nice about it. But I'm gonna be very firm. I'm gonna be like, no, I will do this test with you if I've not done it already. Like, if you're gonna get me to do a test that I've already done, here's the paperwork. That's why I'm gonna go tomorrow with all my paperwork. Like, here's the paperwork. I've already done this test. This test got done. It didn't come back as this. What else could it be? And if they give me something like, oh, it could be this, it could be this, I'll be like, cool. I would like to do a follow-up appointment on this date where we either discuss treatments for the thing that it could be after the diagnosis or another diagnosis. If this diagnostic like method returns with nothing, I want to try a different diagnostic method for a different thing, because my problem will not go away just because it isn't this specific thing, right? I'm so tired of it. I'm so goddamn tired that they just like assume like, oh, your back's always hurting and you're always tired? Must be your thyroid. It's not your thyroid? Bye. And that's it. That's like the end of your interaction with them. And I get why, okay? I get why. I get why. Because doctors, you know, they have a lot of patience. They're busy. They have a lot of patience. They want to get through patients efficiently and quickly so they can get to the next patient. But the problem is that as soon as you come to them with something that isn't super easily treatable, they have two options. They can either send you off to a different doctor because they don't have the time to diagnose you, and then the next doctor that they send you to does the same thing because they don't have the time to diagnose you, or they make you do a simple test and then do nothing else. And I'm tired of that. I'm gonna be the difficult guy who like insists on getting the full test done every time until something comes back positive. Because I'm not normal. I know my body ain't normal. I know there's some fucked up going on and I want to know what it is. And I want to know how to fix it. That's my prerogative here. I'll make myself a little bit... You know what? No. No, actually. I won't make myself a little bit smaller. Actually, you know what? More. More of me. More of pay. You know what? You get more pay. Today, more pay. You're gonna have to deal with it. Okay, today, shiny hunting is not that interesting. Okay, guys? Shiny hunting, it's not that interesting. You're here for me. You're here. You're here for me, okay? You're here for me. You're here for me. So, you're gonna have to deal with me being really big and in the center of your attention. And I demand that you say my ideas are really good my habits and hobbies are great and that everything is awesome, okay? That I am awesome and that my things I'm saying are smart and good. Maybe your doctor gets paid per thyroid exam. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if they do that here. It's actually a really considered way of asking because legal does not mean... Or just because it's legal doesn't mean it's okay to smoke into someone else's apartment. I'd just be pissed. I mean, they're not smoking into our apartment. They're like 2 windows over. Like, what are they supposed to do? Like, it's not like they could just hotbox their own apartment. Like, I get it, right? If they're gonna be smoking, they're gonna do it with the window open. The problem is that they do it every night. And like, you know, no matter what window they pick, they're gonna be smoking out a window that someone else can then smell, right? Like, it's just, that's their room that they smoke in, and it just happens to be 2 windows over from our bedroom. And it's just quite annoying, you know, it's just a little bit of on the annoying side. It's just a little bit annoying, I gotta say. Health rants are always valid. Thank you. They will happen again and more often. I still don't have it on my permanent journal papers that irregular painkillers don't fucking work. Well, yeah, because they... Like, it's a matter of, like, they don't know the reason. They can't just put painkillers doesn't work. They need a reason. They need to know why it doesn't work. And if they don't have a reason, they can't put it there. But, like, then maybe they should be like, hey, we had this patient who couldn't take painkillers. Maybe we should look at why the fuck they can't, like, why painkillers don't work for them. Or are you shiny hunting? Boy, let me show you, because we've been yapping for a little bit now. We've been yapping for, like, 15 minutes. Maybe we can do a little bit of a checkup. Even though... God, why is it always doing that? Why... You know what? I'm gonna try replugging in the actual HDMI cable of this. I'm just gonna replug everything for a second, okay? Just give me a second. Okay. So. Everything got plugged in again. We're gonna... Oh, Jesus. We're gonna pray. We're gonna pray. We're praying. We're praying. We're praying. Praying right now. Praying. I don't see any VSync issues right now. Maybe they'll manifest later. Alright, let's see. Let's see if we got lucky. Let's see if we got lucky. Let me get my nest balls. I always like to catch my shinies in nest balls. Oh, no. Okay, no shiny. No shiny. There'll be like a little shiny noise. There'll be a little noise. Let's also just check if the fletchling has turned shiny again. Nope. The other one maybe. Oh, it did. Let me actually save, because these ones tend to fly away. Another one. Another one for the box. Another one for the shiny box. Hey! What the... How do I get this one? Oh, did that work? Nice. Alright, another shiny fletchling. Truly the most rare of shinies. They know the reason. What is the reason? I mean, you don't have to type in chat, but like, I thought it was just like a... Oh no, I think you told me. I think you told me, actually. I think I remember. An air purifier, since I have my partner with breathing issues, sleep. I don't know. I don't know if I want to get one of those, because then you'd have the noise, right? I'm a lot more sensitive to noise than like... I mean, like, while I'm asleep, like, when falling asleep, I care about the air quality, but typically if you, like, leave the window open for a few minutes before you fall asleep, you'll have good air quality while you're falling asleep. But, like, noise just fucks me up. There's a reason why I would, like, turn off my fridge when I was still in, like, a one apartment thing, right? In like a studio apartment. Because, like, the humming just got to me. It just made me, like, crazy. But yeah. I don't know. We'll figure some out with the window. Maybe they'll also just like start smoking us, because like they started smoking literally every evening recently, like a few weeks ago or something. They've just been smoking every goddamn evening. Or maybe it's because we're going to bed earlier now, so we want to open the window while they're smoking. So maybe I'll just like leave the window open before we go to bed, and then by the time that they're starting their evenly dank we can just close the window. I don't know. It's just a bit annoying, right? Because like it's not like I can do anything about it, right? It's inconsiderate, but it's not illegal, and I don't want to like be that asshole who's like, can you not smoke the devil's lettuce when? Can you be more considerate of your neighbors, perhaps? I guess it just feels, you know. I can burn to opium. Right. Yeah, you told me. That was the part I remember. Yeah. But also, yeah, we're shiny hunting chespin. It's the last shiny I want because, like, as you may be able to see, I still have a lot of side missions left to do. By the end of the game, or like 2/3 through, I would say, I kind of stopped doing the side missions because I wanted to just really get to the end of the game. I really wanted to get my shiny charm and like see the post game and stuff. I didn't want to like dawdle around too much, but a lot of the side missions are very fun in this game, so I wanted to do them. And I also, there's something I've been enjoying doing since, I mean, basically since Scarlet Violet, so it's not been like a long time, because like Legends Arceus didn't really have like a post game or a DLC or anything. I like having a 2.0 team every time DLC comes out. So for example, for my playthrough of Scarlet Violet, I was doing a mono normal team. It was all normal types because I wanted to use the Dunsparce and some other cool normal types like Girafarig evolution for E-Giraffe, because I love normal types. So that's what I did. But then for the first DLC, I caught a new team. Like I caught completely new Pokemon in Kitakami. So all my Pokemon were from Kitakami for that team, which was really fun. Like it essentially just was like, yeah, you just catch a new team. Had like Golem on it from the first route of Kitakami and stuff. And it was fun. That was a fun way to like get myself to explore a little bit, getting like a completely new team. And then for the second DLC, I was like, oh, it's all double battles. And I built like an actual proper double battle team that was like fully EV trained and stuff. Like obviously it made the content a little bit easy, but like quite frankly, it was still a little bit challenging. Some of the trainers are quite hard because I didn't level my team that much. I was actually like pretty under leveled for all of that DLC. So having a good strategy helped a lot. I was doing like, I know I had Walking Wake. That was one that I had for sure because I like Walking Wake a lot. Actually, did I have Walking Wake on that team? I think I did. I had Ogerpon on that team. And then I had some like double battle gimmicky stuff. I know I had an Alcremie. I could go check right now, actually. I could go check because I don't remember the full team. And I haven't opened SV in a while. I'd have to like probably update it, and I don't want to do that right now. But yeah, like that was really cool. So I'm doing the same thing here. But because shiny hunting is relatively easy in this game, I was like, yeah, I'll do a full team of shinies that like I want to enjoy. There's one overlapping Pokemon here, which is the Binacle. I wanted to use the Binacle. I was thinking about like what main Mega I wanted to use, and like, dude, I just love Mega Barbaracle. It has easily become like my favorite new Mega. It used to be Pinsir, but I just think Mega Barbaracle is so cool. I think it's so cute. And yeah, I wanted to have, I was really torn if I wanted to have Dedenne or Heliolisk, but I already wanted to have Drampa as my normal type, because I also really like Mega Drampa, and I just like Drampa in general. I wanted to have some non-Mega evolving guys, so I caught myself a little ice cream cone, because I thought it would be cute to have a little ice cream cone. And this guy, I just thought he was cute. I don't know why, I just wanted a Litwick. I just did. Getting the Dedenne, by the way, took me so long, even though it's not a difficult Pokemon to shiny hunt at all. Like, this Pokemon is one of the easiest shiny hunting methods. And then the last Pokemon I wanted for my like 2.0 team was shiny Chespin. And just to show you how it's been going, this is my Chespin please box. I'm struggling, guys. I'm really struggling. Okay, I'm not okay. I'm really not okay. Okay, I need a little bit of help. I need a Chespin, please. Please give me a Chespin. Please, I just want a shiny Chespin, man. Please just give me a shiny Chespin. It's not fair, man. You know what's fucked up? So the way it works is that like each time you reset an area, you like the Pokemon within 50, like whenever you fast travel, every Pokemon within 50 feet of you respawns, right? So every Pokemon up to like in about like this radius respawns. That's why I check the Fletchling over here. I sometimes check the Bellsprout up here, although they've never been shiny, so I don't know if they're actually within 50 meters, because I think they're too high up. There's also technically like a Pidgey behind me and another Fletchling, but those are like inconsistent spawns. I don't know. But yeah, it means that like these 3 holes, they always respawn when I fast travel here, right? And as you can see, usually there's Diggersby. Usually there's 3 Diggersby here. Right? The fuck? Oh, it's a sunsetting sound. But 10% of the time, those Diggersby holes will contain a chespin. Just a regular chespin, like just 10% of the time. Let's just see until we get a chespin, right? We already saw a chespin earlier, but let's just like go in quickly, aggravate ourselves a chespin. There's a chespin, see? 10% of the time, get a little chespin in the hole. 10% of the time. So that means that every time you reload the area, 10% of the time, there is a chespin in one of those holes. And every time you reload the area, you also, you know, reload the Pokemon so that they have a chance to be shiny. The shiny chance is about 1 in 1024, I believe. I think it's exactly 1024 with the shiny charm, because they like upped the strength of the shiny charm by a lot. It's really powerful in this game, especially with how many Pokemon you can spawn in like a very short amount of time. Imagine if that were shiny. It would have been funny, and I would have been very happy. But yeah, so every time I reload the area, 10% chance for chespin, and any of the Pokemon around, any of the new Pokemon that spawn in have a 1 in 1024 chance to be shiny. Now that means that logically, right? Anytime a shiny is like generated, anytime a Pokemon is chosen to be shiny, 10% of the time, that would be chespin. 1 in 10 times, right? If we're counting here, I'm now up to 15 Diggersby. Meaning I'm about 1.5 times over odds for shiny chespin. Right? 1.5 times. I should have gotten a chespin 6 Diggersbys ago. I held up my hand with 5 fingers. You didn't see that, but also it wouldn't have worked anyway, because I have 5 fingers, not 6. So that's, you know, that makes me sad. It makes me very sad. Because it's just shiny Diggersby. Every goddamn time I load in, I get a shiny... It's a shiny Diggersby. And the problem is, I can't just, like, reload until I get a... Like, I can't sit here for 10 hours reloading, and then there will be a chespin. Because the thing is... the thing is that when you get a shiny in this game, it's sticky, right? It doesn't despawn. The game remembers up to 10 shinies. And then I think it starts either, like, culling the earliest shiny that was generated for new shinies or something else, rather. I remember someone saying that, like, you don't need to be worried about, like, missing a shiny somewhere in the world and that, like, clogging up your shiny pool or something. But, like, that's why you see me reloading the area and not checking every time I load in, because if a shiny spawns... Because, like I said, all the Pokemon around me within 50 meters, they're all loaded in. They're all just loaded in by default. Or every time I load in. I don't have to check them. But if one of them is shiny, the game will remember that. The game will be like, ah, yes, we had a shiny, like, Diggersby spawn here. Now this hole will only... Like, every time you reload the area, that hole will no longer have a chance to have chespin in it. It'll always be that specific shiny Diggersby. So you have to occasionally go in and cull your shiny Diggersbys so that you once again have a chance to get a chespin spawning that could then potentially be shiny. And I don't know what it is, man, but this shiny hunt has been the longest of the whole game. Like, I genuinely don't know what Pokemon is more difficult to shiny hunt than this. There's a lot of Pokemon that are quite difficult to shiny hunt. Drampa is one of them. But at least the thing there you can do is that, like, you can walk back and forth to, like, despawn it, spawn it in, despawn it, spawn it in. And that takes a little bit because Drampa only spawns for the first quarter of the day. So you need to reload very often. It's not a very easy Pokemon to shiny hunt. Passively, I guess, because a lot of the shiny hunting in this game, people do like turbo controller stuff. They have their like a little turbo controller that just presses A and then they like rubber band their controller down and like sleep on a bench, and then just like leave the game running overnight. Which, like, I mean, if you want to do that, sure, you know, to me it feels a little bit like, because some people also do the thing where they have a controller they can program, right, where they can like. What I'm doing right now, they can be like open start, slightly top right, A, and then they just have it repeat that. And that to me just feels a little bit too much like cheating because you're like using outside tools, like not the official controller. You're using like a third party special controller that spams A for you, you know. I'm not a big fan of it. Maybe I'll get one at some point, but like I'm not gonna, probably not, because I don't think it's worth it. But like, Some Pokemon in this game are a bit more difficult to hunt because of that. Drampa is just a bit more of an active Pokemon to hunt. The way I ended up doing it was that I killed one and then waited for the respawn timer. Like, I waited there and I saved the game. I saved the game until it like respawned. And then I reloaded my save from just before it respawned, because that was in aggregate faster than running back and forth to despawn and respawn it if you took the having to like reload the day twice into account, because you have to sleep on a bench twice to get it back to morning time for you to be able to do the Rampa thing again. And that took a while. That took me like 4 hours, maybe 4 hours of hunting, 3-4 maybe total. Dude, I've been at this chespin for I think like 15 hours, maybe 20 hours. Like, I'll literally just like wake up, and while I'm eating breakfast, I'll be like, yeah, hour of chespin hunting. Let's see how many Diggersby I get today. Let's see how much the world is mean to me today, and that's what's been happening. You know what I should do, actually? I should have some music going. Let me get some music going. By the way, I've gotten so good at this, I can do this one-handed. And I'm not saying that in a weird way. It's so I can be on my phone while I shiny hunt, okay? Don't make it weird. Don't make this fucking weird. I swear to God if someone makes this weird. It's so I can be on my phone and like play Pocket TCG. That's literally the reason I wanted to get like this fucking hunt. This shiny hunt has been the reason I've been getting back into Pocket TCG. So I have something else to do while I shiny hunt that doesn't drive me crazy. Okay? It's literally, I needed a phone game so I could be less bored while shiny hunting. My girlfriend thinks I'm crazy, by the way. My girlfriend thinks I'm insane. What a weird time to come in on such a weird statement. No. It's the perfect time. Perfect time, perfect statement. Great statement. Great statement, great thing. Is Diggersby even good in this game? No, because the game doesn't have abilities, so none of these guys have huge power. It's Garbaggio. I mean, it's not Garbaggio. Like, I think all the Pokemon in this game are usable just because the game is not that difficult. You can generally use anything. Online, obviously, is a different story. Do you guys want to do some online battles today, by the way? I've not, like, gotten my Xerneas at all hyper-trained or anything, but, like, I don't really want to use it anyway. I'm just probably going to use my team from Season 1. I've been doing okay with it. It has Metagross, so it tends to be pretty good. And I like it. I think it's a decent team. I think I built some decent there. I might want to change the berry on my Dragonite, though. We can do that. You know what? If we get Chespin, as a little treat, we'll do some online battles. How's that sound? Does that sound good? I think it sounds good. You should definitely do some ranked. Rank is fun. Dude, I really like the ranked mode in this game. I'm just really sad that there's not a lot of depth to it. Hold on, let me get... Hold on, before I start yapping, before I keep yapping here, let me get some music. Let's do some Mystery Dungeon music. How's that sound? I'll turn off the actual, like, in-game audio until we're actually back to shiny hunting, okay? If you like Doublade is meta. Ooh, I did think about that. I actually thought about that. The problem to me is that Doublade... Because, like, the problem with Aegislash is I tried Aegislash. Its animations are just way too long. It's not really worth using, in my opinion, because, like, you'd think having King's Shield and Sword Stance is really useful, but the problem is that by the time your animation back into shield mode is done, you've already gotten hit. So, like, being reactive with King's Shield is really fucking hard. So I think Metagross is kind of just better. Yeah, the rewards are yum. I'm really glad that with the ranked mode, they made the rewards better, because I felt like for Season 1, like, once I was in A rank, I really had no reason to play anymore, because, like, it was fun. But at the same time, like, I don't know if you lost points, like, if you could lose your A rank. I never lost enough for that to be an issue. But yeah, like, I didn't play much because, like, I just don't want to play for, like, one pretty feather or, like, one single mega shard. So I would just kind of do it for the fun of it sometimes. But, like, the new rewards are, from what I've tried at least, because I've already gotten my, like, Delphoxite number 2 for some reason, and my Delphoxite and my Greninjite number 2. The new rewards are pretty good. You actually can get the special Pokeballs now in some, like, decent quantity, bottle caps and stuff. I think it's really fun, and, like, the game mode is just very fun. My issue is just that because there's no abilities, I think it's kind of stale in terms of the Pokemon people can reasonably use. Because, like, high base stat Pokemon are in the game. In terms of steel types, you're just not going to be using, like, Aggron. I mean, you can try, but, like, it's Metagross or Doublade or Excadrill, and that's kind of it from what I've seen. I've seen some people have luck with like Mega Skarmory, but like at the end of the day, it's just kind of like base stat dumps. Because the movesets in this game, I've said this before, they're so anemic. Like the fact, I still am not over the fact that Gallade, the fighting type, literally learns 2 fighting type moves total in this game. 2 fighting type moves. One of them is one of them is it Brick Break? I think it's Brick Break that it learns. Yeah, it's Brick Break, which it learns via TM. That you have to actually find, because the Brick Break TM is a bit like out of the way, it's like hidden in the world. And then the other one is Close Combat, which it learns at like level 62. So if you don't go out of your way to find the Brick Break TM, and you know where it is, and ideally I think you have to do it before... I don't remember if it's the one where a Wild Zone spawns on it, so it becomes more difficult to get, because then you have like the walls of the Wild Zone preventing you from like going on a specific building that seems easier to get on. I don't remember if it was that one, but like, dude, 2 fighting type moves, one is a Brick Break, you're not gonna give it Drain Punch, you're not gonna like give it anything. And like literally if you don't get a Brick Break TM, you don't have a fighting type move until level 60. That's like almost post game. It's so messed up. And a lot of movesets in this game are like this. Aurora's doesn't get Ancient Power, doesn't get Power Gem, it just doesn't get a special rock move. It just doesn't. Starmie gets Power Gem. I've complained about this so much already, but like, Power Gem just isn't distributed to rock types. It's only non-rock types that get it. Well, not only, but like, you get my point. Like, special attacking rock types so rarely have access to it. And in this game, they all, like, they even more so don't. It's so fucked up, man. Mega Skarm was really good at wall level ones. Yeah, I think Mega Skarm's interesting because it has such a different stat distribution, right? Like it functions so differently from Skarmory itself, because it gets a lot of speed, it loses defense, gains a lot of special defense. Like it becomes like a how do I say? It becomes like a well-balanced Pokemon for some reason. I think in some ways it's kind of boring, but I think it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays, because I feel like Mega Skarmory is going to be one of those Pokemon that like can kind of mess with the timing of Mega Evolution, right? Like when you Mega Evolve it is going to matter, because you can do something like Weak Armor, right? You can do like Weak Armor Skarmory to get fast before you Mega Evolve, and then also like press Iron Defense on the same turn, and then you Mega Evolve, and then you've got your 110 base speed or something all of a sudden. And yeah, imagine Sword Stance Weak Armor turn 1. Yeah. Exactly. Like, I just really want to know their abilities, man. Because, like, there are some problems in this game that I've seen where, like, they took into account, specifically for Mega Pokemon, that they need to buff the ones that normally have huge power. So, Medicham, I guess we know about Mega Starmie, and Mega Mawile all have like just more base attack in this game. Their base stats are higher. But that doesn't apply to other Pokemon that would normally run similar abilities. So like Gallade doesn't have Sharpness, even though it does in this game learn like Leaf Blade, Psycho Cut, etc. Night Slash. So it's just kind of weaker than it would be. But it's like Gallade didn't used to have those things, so I'm not really used to it, so I didn't notice it. Because I'm still used to using Justified Gallade from back in the day before it had Sharpness. But like Barbaracle, Mega Barbaracle is about as strong as regular Barbaracle in regular games, because regular Barbaracle has Tough Claws, Mega Barbaracle has nothing. And neither does regular Barbaracle, so it's not actually that strong. Similar thing goes for, I mean, with Diggersby, right? Diggersby can have huge power, it doesn't always have it, so it didn't get buffed, so it's just a lot worse than it otherwise would be. Imagine Gallade loses Sharpness when it Mega Evolves. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna change Mega Pokemon's abilities. I don't know if they would do that, because... well, I think it's Inner Focus is Mega Gallade's ability, right? I believe it's Inner Focus. Yeah, it's Inner Focus, I remember correctly. Which, like, that's not a bad ability, but, like, yeah, you just wouldn't use it. It would be a similar thing with, like, Life Orb Blaziken versus Mega Blaziken. Why would you use Mega Blaziken? Life Orb Blaziken does more damage and keeps speed, and, like, you can use a different Mega. So, it might be a thing similar to that, where, like, Mega Gallade's stat boosts just aren't worth it, because you also don't get to use a Choice Scarf, and it's not that much faster. How much faster is Mega Gallade? I don't remember, actually. Just me on the side looking up base stats for a second. Hold on. Bulbapedia. Oh, it's 110. I mean, that's actually pretty reasonable. 110 base speed is really good, but like it's still slower than Scarf Gallade, and with sharpness you'll be doing similar damage. You're not bulkier, like, I mean, I guess you're a bit bulkier on the physical side, but you keep the same special bulk, so like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Mega Gallade kind of needs a new ability, because like, dude, Inner Focus just never was, like, I don't know. It's so random. It's such a random ability to give it. Yeah, it feels like Kenai. Like giving Mega Skarmory Kenai, it's like, eh. It just needs an ability, I guess. Like, they just kind of didn't give a shit about it. Like, I'm really surprised they didn't give it, like, I don't know, Tough Claws or, like, Synchronize. Like, it just doesn't... The fact that it goes from not having a useful ability, like, back when it was introduced, to not having another... Like, having a different, unique ability that is also not really that useful. And not really that thematic to the Pokemon. Like, I'm sorry, Inner Focus on Mega Gallade... I can kind of see it, but like you could say Inner Focus also works on like Mega Alakazam, or like a lot of Megas have the kind of calm but dangerous demeanor that could make you say, I guess this could have Inner Focus, right? Like, it doesn't really make sense though. It's not really that logical. So, I don't know. I'm really excited for the Mega abilities. I just hope that they're actually going to be interesting. But I could also honestly see a world where they are going to be like the most boring thing, because they want the Megas to be good and useful and fun in this game, and then not in Champions. They want Megas to not be like the main thing people use in Champions. And so they might neuter all of these Megas and give them like shit abilities. Can you imagine, man? I would not be surprised. But I'm really hoping they're going to be good. I'm really hoping they're going to be good. They're going to be adding more moves with DLC. I hope so. I hope so. And I hope they also give them good distribution. God. I'm excited for the DLC though. I only saw the trailer vaguely. I watched it like on mute, but the stuff I saw was really good, and I don't want to spoil myself too much on it, but like, I saw that they had like over level 100 Pokemon, which looks really cool. I mean, like, I also just really like the ZA Royale. I think it's a really fun like gameplay mode. The problem is that like, because the levels don't go higher, every time you do it, it becomes easier. Like, once you have your level 100 Pokemon, the ZA Royale stops being fun and just kind of a grind, right? At least the infinite ZA Royale. But, like, I guess I hope they're gonna fix that with the new gameplay mode, where, like, it's gonna stay challenging, but also rewarding, but also, like, grindable. Because I genuinely think the ZA Royale is, like, very, very grindable, very repeatable. It's just fun to do multiple times, right? The battles are snappy and quick. You can try different strategies generally. I just really miss abilities, man. I really wish that, like, they just hard-coded some abilities that are very unique to certain Pokemon. Like, I don't think Diggersby needs a hard-coded ability, but, like, Mega Kangaskhan does, and, like, Electros does. Like, that guy needs to have Levitate. The fact that he doesn't, it just feels wrong. It just feels so wrong in this game. I really dislike it. Yeah, Aegislash had its ability hard-coded. Like, I don't know why they didn't do it for more Pokemon, where it was, like, really integral. I know for a fact they would do it for Regigigas. Like, they literally did it in Legends Arceus. I know they would do it again. Like, I know they can, I know they have, I know they could. But why don't they? Why don't they, man? Or, like, Fairy Aura and Dark Aura on the Legendaries? I think that should have been hard-coded. I think it should have been, like a literal, like, aura around them, like an AoE that has the effect of the Fairy Aura, you know? I think that would have been cool. I think it would have been really cool. But, like, no, oh, you can't do that. Oh. It's just a bit sad. It's just a bit sad to me. Because I really feel like there's a lot of Pokemon in this game that just do not have their full personality with them, right? Hardcode emergency exit. Okay, to be fair, I will never agree with people who think that emergency exit is a bad ability, and B, like, it should have a different ability. I could see an argument for emergency exit being buffed in some way, but I genuinely think that, like, it is one of the most, like, thematically fitting abilities ever made. I think it's such a good example of like the characterization of a Pokemon being contained in the mechanics of that Pokemon, right? Like, it's literally the same as Wimp Out. It is Wimp Out, right? That's what it is. It's the ability Wimp Out, because Golisopod is still like Wimpod. It's still a little fucking loser. He's still like a scared wimpy baby, but he looks all imposing. But like it just changes the name. It's just like, oh, I'm totally getting out of here because I'm emergency exiting, not because I'm fucking terrified. Like, it's really funny and it works really well. And also it's a thing where I'm like, it doesn't need to be good and competitive, right? Emergency exit's a really good ability in Nuzlocke. It's insanely useful. I mean, there's a lot of people who say that like in Run and Bun, it's like one of the most useful abilities in the whole game. Which, to be fair, I think it's because there is a bug with like, when you hold a citrus berry, that like you trigger emergency exit after you eat the berry, so you get it multiple times. Like you get to trigger it multiple times for a free switch. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's a Pokemon made for competitive because it doesn't like fighting. It's a little wimp. It's just really big and imposing. But like, I could see them making like, I could see them doing something like they did with Lycanroc, where like maybe they have like a special Rockruff, like an event one that has the ability Justified, or has the ability whatever, like something, or not, sorry, not a Golisopod, but like a Wimpod that doesn't have Wimp Out, that has like a special event ability, and it's like Brave Nature, because that would be funny. And then that specific Wimpod evolves into a Golisopod that has an actual, like, cool, special, maybe even, like, signature ability that is not emergency exit. I could see that, okay? But it should, like, I think it shouldn't be every Golisopod. I think it should be specific event Golisopods that are handed out that you can't catch. They shouldn't be catchable. It should be one specific Golisopod that can do it, that cannot have emergency exit. That's my take on it. I think if they made a new Legends game with abilities that work in the actual Pokédex of a decent size, it'd be the best Pokemon game in recent times. Yes, God. The Legends game has been so good. And I know that they're, like, figuring out the formula still. Because in this game, they have... Because, correct me if I'm wrong, they didn't have held items in Legends Arceus. They have held items here. And a lot of them they don't. I genuinely think that, like, Eviolite is such a waste in this game because you only can buy it super late. I don't even have it from a mission yet, and it's basically only good on Doublade. I don't think there's a single other Pokemon in this game that where it's like worth it to use Eviolite, which, like, I get that the point of Eviolite is not necessarily to make pre-evos good. It's more like to let you use Pokemon early on. Like, I wish they gave it to you super early for your, like, starting team. Because, like, I'm honestly considering for my 2.0 team, for this team that I have right now, maybe I'll give one of them, like, an Eviolite. Maybe I'll do, like, I don't know, Eviolite, I guess I wouldn't, because I don't like any of the middle evos of these Pokemon, and having, like, a first stage, like, Pokemon, like, it would be really cute, but then they just do not have the stats to do anything, right? Because stats are kind of all that matters in this game. It doesn't matter, like, with, where the fuck am I blanking on the name of the ice cream Pokemon? What's your name again? Vanillite, right? With Vanillux, it's... How do I say this? With Vanillux, it's like... It's cute, and I would consider using it with Eviolite if this game had weather. And I know that this game has rain, but it literally just has rain. And I find that sad too. There's literally a mission where the game tells you about rain and the effects it has, but then it doesn't... Like, Rain Dance isn't a thing, Sunny Day isn't a thing, there's nothing. There's no way to set weather, and there's only rain, there's no sun, there's no nothing. And I feel like that's a waste. Like, let me have, like a little area of effect weather move or something. Clefairy isn't good with Eviolite because it doesn't get Friend Guard. The only reason that Clefairy is good with Eviolite normally is because of Friend Guard. I guess maybe it's good in some lower tiers with it, but, like, you know, but, like, I guess with Friend Guard it wouldn't work unless you have, like, a co-op PvP mode or something, because you can't have more than you can't have two Pokemon out at once. So, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I think I looked over the Pokedex and I was like, I would literally only put Eviolite on Doublade. I guess Metang could be good with it, but like Metagross is just bulkier. Like Metagross just is better and can hold a different item. So if you take into account the fact that like they can't hold their own item, it's just Doublade, I'm pretty sure. But like I said, they're still finding their stride with the Legends game. I think it's good that it has items, and I do hope that the next game has abilities. And like, don't get me wrong, I don't think every Pokemon needs to have access to their full suite of abilities. I think it would be totally fine if every Pokemon has one ability. They make a Legends game, every Pokemon has one ability, but it just matters so much for some Pokemon, and I think it just would add a lot more strategic complexity. And like, dude, they could remove some of the really good abilities from the good Pokemon and then keep the good abilities on the bad Pokemon. Like, imagine if Diggersby only had huge power, but like, what's like a Pokemon that could be like Excadrill only got Sand Rush. It didn't get Mold Breaker, right? Suddenly you have Diggersby as like a potentially a lot better Pokemon, or at least as like a Pokemon on the same level. Or with like, what's another example of a Pokemon that's like bad but has a good ability? I can't think of one right now. I was gonna say like Sableye, but I don't know how they would make Prankster work in this kind of game mode in the real-time battle stuff. I don't know, but like, you see what I mean. Yeah, you also said Sableye. I don't know, but like there's some cool stuff they could do. And I do also really hope, by the way, I know that they've been just experimenting with battling styles. I honestly kind of hope the real-time battling sticks around. Not in this exact form. I'm totally fine with them like changing it. Especially because one thing that I just find kind of annoying is how little speed matters in this game. You look at, I looked at the actual calculations. I think the maximum that you can, the most you can do with speed is like, your Pokemon moves a little bit faster in the overworld, and then, I think every, what is it, like 30 speed points or something past 8? I don't know exactly how it works, but like, there was a thing where like, you can essentially reduce the cooldown of moves by up to 3 seconds. That's not useful. I'm gonna be so for real with you, 3 seconds, and what you're doing is investing completely in speed just is not useful, when the other option is investing in, you know, attack and HP, special attack and HP. That's always, every Pokemon in this game is built that way. It's always, even the fast Pokemon are all just like HP and then their offensive stat of choice. You don't invest anything in speed, because why would you? The most you're getting is a 3-second cooldown reduction if you're investing fully. Most of the time, the most you can get out of any Pokemon is like a second if you invest fully. That's just not worth it. So I hope they make speed more important in this game going forward. Or in the Legends games, I guess, if they do another game in this style. I think they should make moves have less starting and end lag. I thought that they did. Like, a lot of people were spreading like misinfo about speed, and I thought like, oh, so that's what speed does. Oh, so that's what speed does. And then once people actually dug in, it's like, yeah, it's just they move a bit faster in the overworld, and then it's like cooldown reduction, and that's it. What about Archeops? I just honestly think Archeops should have a different ability. Archeops is a really good Pokemon. It has really good base stats. It has decent moves. But like, Defiant either needs to be nerfed or they need to give it a better ability. Like, give it a nothing ability, give it Keen Eye, I don't care. Or make Defiant less crippling, right? Because Defiant is just, it's too much. On a fucking Stealth Rock weak Pokemon, Defiant is just way, way too much. They really gotta reel that shit back. And I'm not, like, I'm saying that obviously as a huge Archeops fan, but I'm also saying that as just like, during Black and White, the like balancing was already shifting towards the huge amounts of like what was it, what's the words I'm trying to say? Also, we're turning up some Colosseum music while I wait for night to fall here. The huge amounts of like power creep. That was it, power creep. Like, Pokemon in Gen 6 got really strong, and then like Archeops was like immediately left behind. It was like kind of usable in OU in Gen 5, but like not really. Yeah. They made defeaters also work the other way. Like it buffs you? What do you mean? If you're ahead? Ah, right, because I saw that there was like an Archeops. Yeah, I played that a little bit, but like that's too much, right? Like Archeops has too good, its stats are too good to, for it to be more buffed. Like it should either have a nothing ability, or defeatist should be only like a 25% reduction in your stats, or it should be a thing where like it's maybe only for the turn that you lose the HP. I think that'd be a good compromise, right? Like you go to 50% HP, maybe Archeops becomes grounded for a turn, and also like it loses the flying type as if it uses Roost, and also like loses those stats points until the end of that turn, because Archeops is typically faster, so it's a thing of like, or maybe it'll be like until the end of the next turn or something like that, right? Like they could have done something. They could have done something, right? That's all I'm saying. Also, I think we've done a good amount of shiny hunting. It's been like it's been like 30 minutes or something. Let me turn back on the sound. And let's see if we got a shiny. I got my nest ball equipped. Let's see. There's a shiny. Can I see if it's anything? Acid Diggersby. Alright. Come on. Add it to the pile. Alright, add it to the fucking pile. Another Diggersby, another bunny for the pile, guys. 16 Diggersby. No fletchling during the night, I guess. Do I even want to bother checking the Bellsprout? Sure, I'll go check the Bellsprout. Because I need to wait now anyway for like 2 minutes or something for that hole to respawn. Because otherwise I'll be resetting this shit for 2 holes worth of spawns, and I'm not doing that. I want to get my 3 spawns. I think these guys might be out of range of the shiny. Because like these guys have not turned shiny once, and that's just a bit unlikely. Considering how many other shinies I've gotten in my time resetting. So I think checking these guys might not even be worth my time. How about grounded and lowers speed by 1 stage? Sure. Like makes you grounded for a turn, lowers your speed so that if you set up beforehand, it's still like useful for you to do that. Like, I don't know. I think there's... Because like also Defeatist to me just kind of doesn't make sense. Archeops is not a Pokemon that feels... Defeatist, right? It's not a Pokemon that is like, oh no, I'm so vulnerable. It's not like Golisopod. Nothing in its dex entries mention that. The dex entries only mention it not being a good flyer. But like, what the fuck does that have to do with Defeatist as an ability, like, conceptually? I just think it should work far more like, oh, it's exhausted and needs to, like, rest a turn on the ground, right? I think that would be a way better way to handle it. I think, like, a complete rework on that ability is absolutely warranted. But for that, they'd need to, like, focus on Unova for a game, because it doesn't really make sense for them to just kind of do it for the hell of it, right? I mean, I'd like if they did it just at any point, but like, I also understand that they kind of need like a game focused around it for that to make sense. Alright, 3 holes back. Nope, I gotta wait for 3 holes to be back. But yeah, I think that would be like a cool buff to the Pokemon. I think it would make sense. I think it would make it better. Yeah. Because, like, I want to use Archeops, man. Archeops is cool. And I've tried using it in the past, and it's good. The thing is, like, Archeops isn't even bad. With Defeatist, it's really hard to use. But, like, my god, man. It's just... You have to build around it, and it's such an obvious weakness in your team. Because it has to kind of, like... It can't really be a sweeper, right? You kind of can't risk it being one of your main sweepers and then just getting, like, put out of commission by switching out twice. So really, there's the 3rd hole. Really, all it ends up doing is, like, being your, like, Stealth Rock setter and Defogger, and it U-turns fast, and that's literally it. Or it's forced to hold heavy-duty boots, and that also doesn't really help it that much. Because then you don't get to use actual items, you know? I don't know. It's a whole thing with Archeops. Although I'm getting my water, that's why I'm shrinking. There we go. Got my Wawa. 3 holes, didn't know you had it in you. I've got a lot more than 3 holes. If we're discounting microscopic pores in the skin, I got 2 nostrils, I got a mouth, ear holes. Although I guess my ears aren't like through holes, they like terminate at my eardrums technically. The lacrimal puncta, is that what they're called? The you know, that's a thing, right? Those also connect to your like your throat, to your nasal whatever. My mouth, obviously. I guess it also depends on how you define a hole, right? There's like a whole Vsauce video on this that I actually found really interesting, where he talks about like how many holes does a human have, and I think the answer was like 3 total, or no, it was 5. It was 5, because it has to be through holes. So like that's how they defined a hole, right? Because like you wouldn't say that a plate has a hole, but you would say that a glass has a hole, but it doesn't. A glass is just like a misformed plate. So it needs to be through holes. The eye sockets are not holes, but the eyes do have holes, which are the lacrimal puncta, where your tear ducts, right? So you have 2 tear ducts, 2 nostrils, 1 mouth. They all connect to your anus. It's all like 1 through hole. So yeah, humans have 5 holes. Discounting any bullet holes you may have. I don't know about those. If you have bullet holes, you may have more holes. But I feel like if you have bullet holes, you're probably less worried about how many holes you have and more how to get them back to 5. Because I think if you have a bullet hole, you probably want to get back down to 5 holes. A hole is a tunnel with a start and end. Yeah, like it has to... I think the way that it's described in the video that Vsauce made ages ago was like, no amount of squeezing and adding material and stuff can make the hole go away. Like if you, as long as you don't, no adding material. You can't rip and you can't add material, but you can like inflate things, bulge, whatever, move things around, but like no tearing, no ripping, no adding material. And a real hole will not be able to go away by doing any of those things. That's why a plate and a glass can be considered like the same object and neither one has a hole. Because you can take a glass and you can like squeeze down the sides to turn it into a plate. And if the plate doesn't have a hole, the glass cannot have a hole. This is a strange conversation. It's an interesting topic. There's like a name for this field of math. It's genuinely like a whole field of geometry. I forget the name of it though. Again, I'd have to like go find the video, and I don't like playing other people's videos on my stream, so I'm probably not gonna play it here. But like, it's a thing. It's a real thing. It is a real thing. You have to believe me. A whole field of geometry. That's a good joke. You know what? That's a +2 joke. There we go. Another hole. You know what? Yeah, show that message. There you go. Held. Why is that held for you? It's just the word hole. Come on, YouTube. You don't gotta be that censorious with me. Come on. Come on. You can do better than that, YouTube. Come on. Come on. Come on. We're having fun here, YouTube. We're talking about science. We're science talkers. We talk science. But you will become a reaction channel yet. I mean, all I'm doing is I'm reacting to me not getting a shiny, right? Isn't that all I'm doing? You know, I was really hoping that like there would be some magic today that would just make the shiny appear. Like just by virtue of me streaming this, there would be like some kind of cosmic goodness that would happen to me that would make shiny chespin appear. Can you imagine if I get it and then it's like a shiny alpha chespin? Because I would actually really dislike that. I like my Pokemon being small. I mean, I wouldn't dislike it. I think out of all the Pokemon that I could get as alpha shinies, Chespin would be like the one that I would be okay with. Isn't there like a way to hunt a specific alpha or something? I remember that being a thing where like you knock it out or something, but then you save as it's in like that animation where it like swirls and goes like whoa, whoa, whoa. and then if you reload it, like reloads it, but only the shiny source. I think I remember something like that, but I don't know if it works. I don't know if that works or not. Yeah. Please give Mega Delphox Levitate. I don't know. I don't know if that'd be good. Its ability is normally Magician, right? That's like a pretty decent ability. Like Magician's pretty fucking good. Well, it's not pretty fucking, but it's interesting, right? It's an interesting ability. Oh, you don't want it to get terrain boosted. Ah, that's why. That's why. I don't know. I don't know if they'll do that. Because, like, I could see them doing a thing where... like, maybe it's going to be a thing where, like, it can set up gravity, or it can set up magnet rise for itself or something like that. I don't know. I could see it, but also, like, maybe not. I don't really like speculating on the mega abilities, because I've seen a lot of speculation on it, right? I've seen a lot of speculation on, like, what abilities they could have. I know that there's that one showdown mode that gave them, like, fan-made abilities that are fucking heinous. Like, the Mega Electros just getting... what they call it, like, Ion Deluge or something. Where it's Levitate and plus and minus combined, so it's just Levitate and also 50% special attack boost. There you go, that's your fucking ability. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the thing is, like, I don't know what they want to do with Megas, right? I don't know what their goal is. I don't know if they want Megas to be a really good thing. They want to bring it to future games again, or it's just going to be stuck in Champions. Only Champions is going to have Megas, and the main games are not going to have Mega Stones again. In which case, like, I just don't know if they're going to go through the effort of giving them, like, highly custom, highly special abilities if, like, the game that they're from just doesn't have abilities, right? They might just give them the same ability that they would have as a non-Mega, or they might just give them a very basic ability. I don't even know if they're gonna update it. That's why I'm like, I don't know if they'll update Mega Galley, because, like, it would literally only matter for Pokemon Champions unless they plan to make Megas, like, a thing again. Like, in general, they'll just make more games with more Megas. Which, honestly, I'm not that much for, because I still think Megas are not a great mechanic for competitive. I think in this game it's good. I think the way that Megas work in this game, that it's not a once per battle thing, that it has, like, an energy meter to it, that plus moves are a thing. I know that plus moves are not very good, but, like, I used them a lot just when I didn't want to Mega Evolve something. I think it works, and, like, I don't know. I don't know how much effort they're going to put into it. It really just depends on, like, what the future of Pokemon holds. Pray for me, pay, I'm soot farming an emerald while grinding for levels for the 4th gym. Oh yeah, weren't you doing, like, a Nuzlocke on cartridge? Isn't that a thing you did? Why would you need to soot farm? Isn't that, like, are you using items in battle, I guess? Because, like, then, yeah, it's good. Then it's something you probably should do. I guess it also helps for outside of battle, so you don't have to, like, buy healing items. But, like, frankly, the time you're spending grinding soot probably could be better used just progressing the game and getting the money that way for the healing items. I don't know. Magician does nothing if you have a Megastone. That's true. That's true. I mean, they might do, like, a thing where, like I said, I don't fucking know. They might just give it Blaze. Who fucking knows? They might just give it Levitate. I just don't know. I don't know what they'll do. They'll give Mega Electros Swift Swim. It swims twice as fast with its side thingies. I don't know. I mean, I guess, but it'd be a really weird one to give it. Like, a lot of Megas mention things in their dex entries, doesn't mean that they do it, right? Like, to me, the most most likely thing is that it just keeps Levitate. The thing that would be cool if it got some kind of combination ability where it's Levitate plus something else, like Levitate. Or, like, dude, if that thing got Electric Surge, like, fuck yeah, dude, give us some more terrain setters. I complained about this the other day, that there's, like, no good terrain setters. But, like, I don't know, Swift Swim just feels very out of nowhere. Because, like, the only Mega that gets, like, a weather-specific ability is, like, Garchomp and Swampert, right? I think Swampert has Swift Swim. Is there any other Mega with, like, a weather-specific ability? Pokemon Megas. Mega Evolution. Actually, if I go to Cerebi, will it show me their abilities as well? Because I sometimes forget. Nope. And it also shows me them in... Oh, on Bulbapedia it actually shows. Oh yeah, I guess technically Charizard has Drought, which is all weather ability, but it's a weather setting ability that's different. Technician skilling, solar... Oh yeah, Houndoom has solar power. Okay, so yes. So we have Houndoom with solar power. We've got... Yeah, Garchomp with Sand Force. I guess you could technically say Abomasnow with Snow Warning, but like... Again, weather setting. Oh yeah, also Mega Steelix has Sand Force. Then yeah, Swampert has Swift Swim. And that is it. So there's 3 weather abilities. I don't know. Like, the thing is, they're all on Pokemon where it matches their type. Like, you know, Solar Power on a Fire type, Swift Swim on a Water type. And then... Or sorry, 4 Pokemon. And then, like, Ground types for Sand Force. I don't know. I don't really see Swift Swim on Mega Electros. Because I also feel like in that case they wouldn't have given it as much speed. Because I think they made it a little bit faster, right? Where's Electros? Show me the Mega Electros base stat. Yeah, they gave it, I guess, like 80 base speed's not that much. That's like a good amount with Swift Swim. Yeah. You're kind of winning me over on this, actually. It might even be... No, it wouldn't be good with Swift Swim, actually, because you can't give this a Choice Specs or a Choice Band or something, so... It still has, like, shitty Mixed Attacker Syndrome with, like, basically no boost to its bulk. Dude, they fucked this thing over, my god. The fact that it gets, what, 10 special defense, and that's it? That's so messed up. They should have made this thing, like, slow and bulky instead. Or just really focused, like, took away... They should have taken away some special attack or something. But yeah, more... I really want some, like, terrain setters. Because, like, we have so few weather setters, so few terrain setters. Like, weather setters, at least there's a few, right? You have, like, a kind of large selection. Not practically, like, for rain, it's basically always Pelipper unless you're playing in a format with Kyogre. Because Politoed just doesn't do enough things. But, like, sometimes it can be Politoed. For Sun, you have a lot of options because you can do, you know, if you want something fast, you have Ninetales. If you want something bulky and rapid spinning, you have Torkoal. If you want a Mega, you have Charizard. And then you have Groudon for legendaries. And then for Sand, I think Sand also has it pretty well. I think Snow has it really well now with most of the Snow setters getting Aurora Veil. I think Snow actually has it really good. I really want more Sand setters because it's literally just 2, I think, right now. I guess unless you count Sandstream, but I don't. Or sorry, Sandspit. But like it's just Tyranitar and Hippowdon. And like they're both good, but... Oh, and Gigalith, I guess, yeah, but... I just want some more interesting weather setters. I feel like they're really... Game Freak is really pedantic with giving out weather setting abilities until the point when they suddenly aren't and they give it to Pokemon where it kind of doesn't fit. I also would totally be okay with more abilities that like set weather in unique ways. Like, dude, Sandspit and like, what is it? It's not Grassy Surge. It's Arboliva's ability, right? Where it sets the terrain upon being hit. Like that's cool. You know, I think that I genuinely think that like. It would have been really cool if Bellibolt had like a version of Electromorphosis, or if Electromorphosis just worked like that, where instead of charging you, it sets the electric terrain. Like, I think that'd be fucking cool. Or they give it an interaction where like if a Pokemon that is charged sets electric terrain, it lasts for like 8 turns or 10 turns. If you have the terrain extender, like make it something cool like that, right? Seed Sower. Yeah, it's always used with Harvest. Like, I used a Seed Sower Arboliva in my main playthrough, because I wanted to use a normal type, and I think normal grass is really interesting typing. Because I did mono normal, right? Would you want any ability other than Levitate on Mega Electros, though? I don't, like, the thing for me is, like, it's just so integral to the Pokemon. I just think it would be really weird to have Electros suddenly have weaknesses. It's been weird in this game. So I think the best thing to do is to just give it Levitate, or give it, like, some combination ability, because I just think it's really odd. But it takes away from the character of the Pokemon. Like, it just feels weird to me. It's like if they suddenly took, I don't know, like, not corrosion. What's like a unique ability that is like integral to a Pokemon's identity? Pokemon with one ability. I mean, I've mentioned emergency exit, but like, that's like a signature ability, right? Treasure of Ruin Crown. Like, all of these are signatures. Stone German Cramorant, Ice Cube, Morpeko, Kupfu, Delmise, Mimikyu, Turtonator. Yeah, like, okay, actually, Turtonator should have a different ability now that I think about it. Yeah, there's not a lot of Pokemon here that have, like, non-signature abilities as their only ability. That's kind of weird. They stopped doing that, huh? But like with Electros, it just kind of feels that way to me. Or I guess actually, you know what? Ferroseed with Rough Skin. Like I could see a non-Rough Skin Ferroseed being a Pokemon that like can exist, but I feel like it would just be weird. Like you could give it Harvest, you could give it, I don't know, Shell Armor, but like Rough Skin is like its thing. That's like its ability, right? The whole fact that it's spiky, like it would just be weird to hit a Ferroseed with the way it looks, with the way it's always portrayed, and not take damage. And to me, it's kind of the same with Electros. Like, it levitating, it's just, you know, Iron Barbs. I mean, Rough Skin, Iron Barbs, come on, same thing. Same fucking thing. It's the same ability, different name. Used AV, I believe, in OU for a while and was quite good with Terra Electric since you can block heavy of gun types. That's true, yeah. You know what? I could see that. I could see that being good. The problem is just that it's slow and not that bulky, right? And not that strong in the end. So, like, it's not... It's a first route Pokemon. It doesn't need to be good, right? But they clearly tried to make it interesting with Seed Sower, but, like, Grassy Terrain just doesn't do enough, right? Like, I think Arboliva is a good designed Pokemon. The problem here is not that Seed Sower should be stronger or that, like, Arboliva should be stronger. It's that Grassy Terrain is uninteresting. Grassy Terrain doesn't really do anything. It's, like, the least interesting terrain, but it's also the strongest, mainly just because it's on Rillaboom and because it gives you a lot of healing, right? But for Electric Terrain, if they had given, like, Kilowattrel or, I forgot his name again, Bellybolt, some interesting way to set Electric Terrain beyond just Electric Surge. Like, they could have done that. They could have just done that, and then it would have been really good for all the Paradox Pokemon. Same with Sun. Like, the fact that the game didn't add a new Sunsetter was really weird to me. I know that you can't do like you can't do like the same mechanical thing with Sand Spitter and Seed Sower with Sun, because I feel like it would just be a bit... I mean, they could make it work if they, like, design a Pokemon around it properly. But, like, imagine if there was a Pokemon that sets Sun as it switches out, but only for 3 turns. Or a Pokemon that, like, if it uses Sunny Day, like, or it has, like, a special Sunny Day adjacent signature move, kind of like how Slowking got Chilly Reception for setting up the snow, right? Imagine if there was a Pokemon that, like, I don't know, it did like a sun dance, and that gave it +1 speed, and also sets up the sun, right? And the Pokemon can suck. It can be a shitty Pokemon. Just give it a pivoting move, so it can pivot out once it sets up the sun. It can be like more Peko level stats. Like, I don't care. Just give it, like, just make something interesting, man. Make like a cool thing. They have so much potential with weather and terrain abilities, because like weather and terrain are so overrepresented in things that interact with them. I'm still so, like, shocked by the fact that, like, no one remembers that terrain was introduced in Generation 6, but it was, as far as I remember. And then in Generation 7, they tried to do a lot of cool things with it, which apparently didn't include, for some reason, making a Alolan Raichu's signature Z-move set up electric terrain, even though its ability relies on electric terrain. But they made it just paralyze you because they're idiots. I will never get over that. That fucking Alolan Raichu, whose whole thing is surfing on electric terrain, didn't get its signature Z move setting up electric terrain. It's so fucked, man. Oh, it paralyzes you. Yeah, that's interesting. That warrants a signature fucking Z move. Unbelievable. I will always crash out over this. This is like one of the most unacceptable things Pokemon has done, in my opinion. But yeah, like, they have cool ideas for what interacts with terrain. They got the seeds, like the grassy and electric seed and whatever. They got abilities like Search Surfer, or like now we have Quark Drive. And like, I think they could make more like that. I think that terrain could function like weather in more ways. I think it could be more interesting, more interaction, more abilities that interact with it, right? Let me make like a team. Yeah, Mimicry. Dude, I love Galarian Stunfisk. I think it's so interesting, but it just doesn't do anything because like you're getting rid of your good typing. Why the fuck would you do that? Like, it's not good. But like, I feel like they're so scared of making terrain good because of how good weather is. And like, I'm not saying I trust them to balance it, because there's a big difference between balancing it for singles and for doubles. But like, maybe I'm too hopeful here, but like when Pokemon Champions comes out, they can nerf things now, right? Like they can just have balance patches within specifically champions and have it not really affect the main games, because the main games will have their own little structured meta, their own little like sectioned off online mode, if at all. I think that's fine. Like, I think what this game has is like great. It has its own little online mode. People are figuring out how it works. It doesn't need to be perfectly balanced. It just needs to be like fun enough. And I think it is fun enough. I really like the online mode in this game. And it doesn't need to last forever. It just needs to be fun enough. And then in Champions, they can, if they figure out like, oh, Mega Skarmory is really unbalanced, nerf its base stats. Who cares, right? Like, you can make the base stats whatever you want. I mean, they changed base stats in this game for Pokemon that have huge power, right? Like, everyone's okay with it. Just, it's fine. And if someone goes like, oh, people will be confused when they bring their Pokemon to Champions, like, if you're bringing your Pokemon to Champions, just have a pop-up of like, hey, this Pokemon has some stat adjustments compared to the game you brought it from. Or like literally, you could have like a screen where it shows like, in the game that this Pokemon is from, these are its stats, and like they're written in like in white, and then on the right side, like you have a little arrow next to it, and then each stat is either white, green, or red, depending on if in Champions it got raised, lowered, or stayed the same, right? You can just show that off, like, oh, here's the differences of your Pokemon being brought to Champions. Boom, done, finished. It's now done. This idea that the Pokemon need to be the same in every video game, I think is really antiquated. Because like we like the idea that like, oh, the Pokemon are the same, right? But like, that was really cool and like needed back in the days before like good internet communication for video games, when like, you know, the Game Boy couldn't go online and the DS like barely did. Like I mean, I'm speaking for myself, like I never connected my DS to Wi-Fi, but like the DS could obviously, but like GBA, as far as I know, kind of couldn't, or like it was like difficult to connect it to the internet to get stuff, and the only stuff you could get was like certain mystery gifts. Like, I don't know. I just think it would be fine for Pokemon to have like larger adjustments if the only place where battling needs to be balanced is Champions. And in any other game, they can just like change things. They can make them different or worse or better. It just needs to work for that game, and then in Champions it can be whatever. Like I've always said this, I find it wild that Pokemon Home doesn't have more features, because like I don't even have Pokemon Home, because it's just like a prison. Like you're just paying Nintendo to keep your Pokemon hostage, because there's nothing to do there. Like I'm not big into like transferring my Pokemon up to the next generation. Why would I do that, right? This idea that like you play the game with the same Blastoise you've had since 1998 or something, which I know that like there's no transferring between like Gen 1 and 2 games and Gen 3, but like you get my point. It's like I feel like almost no one does that. If you're genuinely playing each new game with the same team of already level 100 Pokemon, I think you have a problem, okay? You're not experiencing the games. You're just like rushing through the region with your level 100 Pokemon. Like if you want to look at them in the game, take photos with them, sure, good, whatever. That's fine. But like for me, that's not enough of a reason to pay for Pokemon Home. And with, like, I would buy it if there was something like a Pokemon Ranch, a Pokemon Park, pet your Pokemon, do mini games, battle online. And like, I think that Champions might be the first step to Pokemon Home being like an actually worthwhile service, because if every game can just drop the need for competitive balancing and just, it can just be entirely outsourced to like a dedicated team in Pokemon Champions where they can just make adjustments, not huge adjustments, but like they can just give 20 more special attack to a Pokemon like Masquerain. They could just do that and it would be fine, because the next game, the next base game might take the change, it might not. It doesn't matter, because that game will have its own sliced off mode and then whatever. There's obviously problems with this, but like I just think that there could be... I'm really excited for Champions, basically what I'm saying, because I think that even more than just as a game that could be good, as just like, oh, look, it's a battle simulator for Pokemon, because like we have Showdown, you know, it's not like that's a novel concept. And I really hope that Showdown stays around. I just really hope that it'll let Pokemon be more free, right? I hope that they can make the games more like Legends ZA and then make the competitive its own thing. And it can be fun, it can be good for tournaments, they can have a huge tournament scene, whatever, right? And it can be stable, because they can actually like introduce things like say like recreating a game state if like your game crashes or whatever during a tournament, so that you don't have like weird situations where you would have obviously won a game but then the game crashes and then, you know, it's counted as a tie or whatever, like weird fucking shit like that. But I think they shouldn't change a Mega's BST, since they would change the 100 BST rule. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that'd be fine. There's some Megas who just kind of suck. Like, if you give Audino 100 extra BST, it's not gonna make it good. I think it would be fine for Mega Electros and Mega Audino, and like, dude, fuck, Mega Pinsir. Give Mega Pinsir more attack, give it more speed. I don't care, okay? I don't give a shit. Have it be like a variable between 100 and 140, depending on how many base stats the Pokemon used to have before it Mega Evolved. It's fine. Like, it's fine, okay? Also, they need to buff Aerialade, but only for Pinsir. They need to give it Pinsiralade, so that it doesn't need to suffer anymore at the crimes of Mega Salamence. Okay? That's a thing that I think is important. Uber, more Masquerain buffs, please. More Masquerain BFT buffs, please. I mean, they've already buffed it before. I think, honestly, extreme speed on Pinsir. Yes! Anything on Pinsir. God, have you seen that thing's moveset? They gave it Aerialade, and its best normal type move is Takedown! It doesn't even get Double Edge! That's its strongest move. It's Return and Takedown. It literally has to use Return and Quick Attack for priority. Brother doesn't even get a bug move apart from X-Scissor or like Bug Bite. I think that's literally it. He gets so many fighting moves. Why didn't they make him a fighting type? And why did they give him an ability that changes all of the 3 normal type moves it learns? Which are, I think, Takedown, Quick Attack, and Return and Frustration. And that might actually be it. Maybe it learns Tackle. I don't fucking know. Is Guillotine a normal type move? Or like Vice Grip, I guess? Bro, they fucked Mega Pinsir so hard, which made me so sad, because like I love Mega Pinsir's design so much. It was my favorite Mega, like before Barbaracle. I love it so much. And they already gave it nothing. It feels like they just copied Mega Salamance's ability. And then they nerfed Aerialade. And didn't even like care how it would affect Mega Pinsir. My poorest boy. My absolutely poorest boy. Also, by the way, does Pinsir learn flying type moves in this game? Because it doesn't have Aerialade, right? Hold on. Pinsir, Legends ZA. Because I also noticed this with Clefable, right? Like, Clefable learns Air Slash, but that's about it. But it becomes a flying type, right? So it gets Aerial Ace. Is that it? Oh my god, that's it. Holy shit. That's actually it. It gets aerial ace. So Mega Pincer is unusable in this game, huh? What about Clefable? How many moves does Clefable get? Flying type. It's just Air Slash. Oh my god. They gave us 2 Megas that turn into flying types, and they gave neither of them more than a single 60 or 75 base power move. Holy shit. That is wild. This is what I mean with the movesets in this game are anemic. Fuck it, give it explosions. Show that. Show that. Yes, show it. Give it explosion. Ah, dude. Dude. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. I love Mega Pincer, and they haven't... they need to up... Like, I was really hoping they'd update it in this game and just either give it flying type moves or, like... I don't know. Just give it more normal moves. Or just make Aerial Aid stronger again. I mean, maybe we'll see that again. Maybe in Champions, it'll suddenly have learned Extreme Speed and Double Edge, and it'll have learned Giga Impact or something. I don't know. Just something, man. Something for my boy. Also, by the way, the fact that it's like just too slow. Every time I use Mega Pincer, it has to be with sticky webs. Because like for a Mega, it's not that fast, and it also really needs to set up Sword Stance because it's not strong enough otherwise because of the Aerial Aid nerf. And it relies on quick attack to kill a lot of things. Like, bro either needs like 10 more base speed at least, or to be given like normal type Trailblaze or something. That's what it... Give it Rapid Spin! Dude, okay, honestly, if they gave Pincer Rapid Spin, I think that would honestly be like a cool buff. If they did nothing else, they just gave it Rapid Spin, like, yeah, it'll still take 25% switching in because it's a bug type, right? But like, if it can immediately boost its speed with a 60 base power Aerial Aid boosted Rapid Spin, flying type stab now, boosted speed, it might not, like, and then you still need to Sword Stance, I guess, but like, maybe it doesn't even need to Sword Stance, right? Give it Power Up Punch or something, I don't know, like, it's such a weird Pokemon, man, because like, it needs speed, it needs to boost attack, realistically, it just can't kill things otherwise, at least not one shot, like, it doesn't need the Sword Stance if you just want to hit things, I guess, or if you, like, weakened up your opposing team already. Like, honestly, I think it could be an interesting spinner. Dude, hell, give it like an ability or something. Like, update its ability to where it's Aerial Aid, but also it's immune to hazards. Could you imagine, dude? I would be the happiest pay alive. If they gave it Aerial Aid, like if they gave it a new signature ability, which is just Aerial Aid, and like it's pre-nerf Aerial Aid, and also it's now immune to hazards. And also they give it Rapid Spin, obviously. It would be usable. It wouldn't even be that good, by the way. If they did that, it would not even be that good. It would be, like... I think it would be, like, solid OU material, and that's about it. Because, like, the change to, like, hazards no longer affect you, irrelevant to VGC. In VGC, it's still Salamence, that's better. But in singles, like, you have a reason to run it now. Because now you're not worried about hazards. And if it's a little bit stronger, or it gets Rapid Spin, or it just has pre-nerf Aerial Aid now as its ability, like, it can maybe do a little bit of damage. It could do something to the, like, threats in OU or whatever. You know, there's stuff that can be done. What good rants we're having today. You know what else we should be having today? Shinies. Let's check around a bit. Let me have the music nice and loud. Did the fledgling not respawn? Weird. Let's just check inside. It's been like another... Okay, we got one. We got at least one. That's a Bundlebee. That's a Diggersby, rather. Alright, add it to the pile. There's another shiny, though. Maybe it's the one. There's another bunny. Add it to the pile. And that's a regular Diggersby. Alright. Alright, guys. Alright. Two more bunnies added to the pile. How many we at now? Also, just a bit about Mega Clefable. What the fuck are they gonna do with it? Good question. I mean, it's almost certainly gonna have Aerial Aid, right? I just don't see them not giving Aerial Aid to it. It would just be really weird. I guess they could technically give it Pixel Aid, but then why make it a flying type? Dude, imagine if they gave it Levitate. They give it the Rotom fan treatment. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I looked at its base stats a little bit ago. Hold on, Mega Clefable. I forgot them. That's why I'm re-looking it up. Because like its base stats are not great, right? Yeah, it gets a lot of special attack. It gets a little bit of it gets like 20 special defense, 20 defense, 10 speed, and 40 special attack. Like, it's a little bit more bulky, but the problem is, like, by losing your your passive recovery from leftovers and losing your good abilities, like, it's really good, because, like, Clefable has really good abilities. Like, being able to choose between Magic Guard and Unaware, those are two really good abilities. Also, those Fletchling are also not shiny. So, like, again, it kind of has to be Aerial Aid. I just don't see them giving this thing anything else. Because it doesn't learn flying moves, right? It doesn't learn any fucking flying moves. So why would you change it to be a flying type if it doesn't get Aerial Aid? I guess... Yeah, I guess they could give it Serene Grace. That'd be kind of funny, but that wouldn't even be that good. It's not that fast. Like, Mega Clefable is, again, it's 70 base speed. It's not gonna flinch anything. I guess you'd have like 20% Moonblast special attack drop or something, or Spidef drop, whatever it is. Like, what else? That's just Tokus. Oh, fair. Okay, yeah. That's... Well, no, because it has, like, a way worse moveset for Aerial Aid, right? Or for Serene Grace. Because it doesn't get any of the, like, cool Serene Grace moves. It doesn't get the Air Slash. I guess it gets Air Slash Thunder Wave, maybe. At least check. Is it literally the same? I mean, yeah, that's gonna be Aerial Aid. Like, I don't know. I think Mega Clefable is going to be one of those Pokemon that just isn't going to be used very much. Because it's going to be like a problematic thing where the Mega is worse than the regular. Which means that you can't use it. Because you'd have to, like, make Clefable legal in UU or something. Which you can't do. Isn't there, like... There's already a Pokemon like that where, like, it's banned by technicality. Because its Mega... would be allowed in, like, Natdex UU, but its regular form isn't, so you can't use it. I forget which one that was. Is it Garchomp? I thought there was another one that was, like, a little bit weirder, like Manectric or some shit like that. I don't know, but, like... Yeah, I think it's gonna be a situation like that, where, like, Clefable is just a good, solid Pokemon, and at best it's gonna benefit from, like, some, like, moveset upgrade that that they give to Mega Clefable. But besides that, I guess I just don't see a big use for it. Which kind of sucks, because I actually thought of putting Mega Clefable on this team before I decided to do Dedenne instead. Yeah. By the way, speaking of, like, my indecision, because it was like, do I want to do Dedenne or do I want to do Clefable for my fairy type? Because the reason was that I was really torn on using Dedenne as an electric type as well, because I didn't want to double up on electric types. But man, I wanted to try using Heliolisk. Why is this shiny? No, it's not. Because shiny Helioptile and Heliolisk, or sorry, not shiny, just in this game, Helioptile and Heliolisk have the best walking animation that I've ever fucking seen. And I'm gonna go look for it quickly. I know I have an Alpha Helioptile somewhere. Or sorry, Heliolisk again. Where the fuck is it? Where's my Heliolisk? Oh yeah, by the way, this is my just regular shiny box. The shiny charm is good, guys. Guys, the shiny charm, it's kind of good. Where the Heliolisk at? Hold on. Search. H for Heliolisk. I think this was my alpha, right? Yeah. Let me just show you this quickly, because like it's genuinely so fucking cute. Wait, let me actually turn the in-game music back on. Let me actually just pause the fucking background music for now. Look at his walk. Isn't it like literally the best thing ever? This was my whole reason for wanting to put this on my team. It's just the way he walks. He's so awesome, man. He's literally the most awesome ever. He's literally so good. He's literally the bestest boy. I'm sorry for not putting you on my team. They did a lot of this in this game. A lot of like walk cycles got updated to be a lot better. Oh my god, we got full row of bunnies. Guys, we officially have full row of bunnies achieved. 3 full rows of bunnies. What is this? 20, 6, 12, 18. 18 bunnies. Hey, we're 2 bunnies off from 20 shinies generated. From the holes, by the way. Not in general, because we also got the fletchlings and the Pidgey, right? Aaron's walk sound. Dude, I saw a video which was just all of the walking sounds in this game, and it's the cutest thing. It's so good. Like, listen, you can say, oh, they didn't, look at the walls, look at the side of the building, oh, side of the building texture bad, they didn't put in any work, game lazy, game devs lazy. And then I look at how much they did with the animations and the models. So many Pokemon have like the cutest animations that you just don't see normally, where it's like, oh my god, they put the work in. They put the work in where it matters, okay? I could not give less of a shit about the side of the building not being a texture, because by the way, that's for performance anyway, so this game runs on Switch 1. Like, I'm not particularly... The fucking facade of a building does not exactly affect my gameplay enjoyment. You know what does affect my gameplay enjoyment? Helioptile walking like that. Heliolisk and Helioptile walking like that, it does affect my gameplay enjoyment. So, yeah. I still wish it took longer. I mean, yeah. Though I genuinely do think the texture stuff is so that this game can run on the Switch 1. Because at least speaking for me, I've not had performance issues on the Switch 1. The game runs totally fine. It's a stable 30 FPS. I think I've had frame drops twice in the whole game. In my, like, 120 hours of playing at this point. Most of that was shiny hunting, by the way. Well, not really. I think it was like 30 or 40 hours that was shiny hunting. But, like, the game runs really smoothly. It runs really well. I literally have had no issues with it at all. And I don't know if that meant they had to make the walls look like that. Like, sure, man. I don't actually care. If it was a choice between like frame dips and stutters versus, but like you get to have a 3-dimensional facade, which doesn't matter because there's no collision on it anyway, because why would you put collision on it? I don't care about it being 3D. It can be a texture. I don't care. Could the texture have been higher res? Sure, man. Again, I'm not exactly in the... when I'm playing Pokemon, I'm not exactly looking the walls up and down and letting that affect, like, my gameplay enjoyment. I'm mainly here for the Pokemon, and the Pokemon are great. And I think that's what matters in the end. I think they could have made it look slightly better with optimization. Oh, yeah, certainly. I'm not doubting that, like, with a few more months given, they could have optimized the game and maybe reintroduced some of the textures. Like, they could have just, like, upscaled some of the texture maps or something. Or made it so that, like, the Switch 2 upgrade pack just has, like, a texture pack. You know how in Monster Hunter Wilds and Worlds and Rise, you can, like, download a higher res texture pack off of Steam? If your computer can handle it, you can, like, use that. Like, they could have done something like that for the Switch 2, right? Like, they could have just made it so that you have the higher res pack if you have a Switch 2. But, like, I don't know, it's not game breaking that it isn't. Like, I'm fine with it. To reduce crunch would have been good too. Yeah, that also. Obviously. I would like my Pokemon games to be humanely produced, but... yeah. The problem is that, like, no one can make that decision. There's literally, like, no single person or entity that could make that decision. And I have a feeling that like even if all the higher-ups that have a stake in Pokemon, in all of the side games, in the TCG, in the main games, in the anime, in the marketing, in the competitive, whatever, like all of the different branches of the Pokemon company, even if all of the higher-ups individually agreed, I just don't think that a change like that could be pushed through. Because like it would require like backdoor communications between them and like pushing it in a way that would... I don't even know if Nintendo has shareholders. Are they publicly traded? I don't know if they are. But like it wouldn't be good for revenue, and it just... I've said this a bunch, but like Pokemon is a beast. It's an entity that like no one has control of it. No one controls Pokemon. There isn't a Mr. Pokemon calling the shots. Every dev, to a degree, I assume, I'm like guessing, has probably more autonomy than we would give them, or than we would think. But also at the same time, they're so restrained by the Hydra that the Pokemon franchise is, right? Because like, I'm sure each individual dev has some leeway in, or let's not say devs, let's say like the design team. I'm sure the design team has a decent amount of freedom in designing each Pokemon. I saw a thing, for example, where Mega Pyroar, people are shit on it for being like a lazy Mega, but like, a lot of the things about it are actually changed. They changed its posture slightly. They changed where its fur color begins and ends. They changed the fur texture, the tail length, the tip of the tail. Like a lot of small things in the model actually got changed. It's not just like, oh, the mane is bigger. And I'm sure that that was not necessarily a decision from the top down, like, oh, we want a Mega Pyroar and it should kind of look like this. Because if that was the thing, then it would have just been the main, right? But I'm sure that whoever designed it took the time to make the design more coherent, more cohesive, more well put together, so that it looks like it fits into the game. And that's kind of what I mean with like, they have freedom, but also they're so restrained, because they were still probably told to make a Mega Pyroar for this one character in the story. And also it appears in the anime, so like these parts of its design are already kind of fixed. We already, like the writers already wrote this part. It would be like really difficult to change it. So it needs to be this like kind of goofy design with the mane being really big, but the details can still be like ironed out. And that's kind of what I feel like it's probably like to work on Pokemon, I guess. Just based on my knowledge of like working on projects in general. I'm not like very knowledgeable about it, obviously. I'm not like, I've not been involved with a big franchise like Pokemon ever. But yeah. Like I'm sure that the decision to make the facades look like shit wasn't some top-down thing by the evil mastermind or the board of Pokemon or whatever. It was just the devs were like, yeah, we won't have time to optimize this because we want to focus on these other things. So like 3 devs decided it'll just have to look like that. If it should run on the Switch 1, and it should run well on the Switch 1, because we can't have another Scarlet Violet fiasco, because the higher-ups said it needs to run well, we just need to make the facades look like shit. Because otherwise we won't be able to work on the Pokemon designs to a degree that we're happy with. That's my guess. I don't like this idea that like, oh, all the Game Freak devs are lazy, or they're being overworked and have no say in anything. It's always like, when people talk about it, it's always like so black and white, one thing or the other, instead of it being like a, you know, they're humans and the Pokemon company is made of humans, but it's also this like vague, amorphous gestalt entity that no one has control of, but like certain sectors of it can be kind of self-reliant or like self-directing, but also only to a certain degree. It's, yeah. I think it's an interesting topic to talk about, at least, right? Like, I think there is interesting things to be said. And at some point, this is actually something where I'm like, this would be so awesome. Imagine if like in 20 years or something, Pokemon as a franchise changes hands or changes massively in a way that like is like a reboot or whatever. Or maybe Pokemon dies, right? Like maybe there's no more Pokemon games. I want to know, I want to have like a documentary about the backdoor workings of the Pokemon company. I want to see what the actual thought process was from the people who did actually make decisions. Because, like, I say that, like, no one has control of it, but, like, decisions do get made. Decisions like Legends ZA won't have abilities, or decisions like the game needs to come out at this time, or decisions like, I don't know, we shouldn't have better security at the VGC tournaments. Like, decisions get made by people, and I want to have a 4-hour documentary where everyone gets interviewed, all of the documents get read through, all of the, like, company, the company emails get analyzed. I want to know so bad after the fact. I don't want this to be like I don't want this to be a thing where, like, oh, I wish there was a big leak. I wish that some poor employee got phished or whatever. I want to know about all of the behind the door workings of the Pokemon company after Pokemon is gone, after Pokemon is shut down, and it's been like 5 years. There's been no anime, no game, no trading card game. And then I want to have that documentary come out and, like, just put my theories to rest, right? On my deathbed, I want to be watching what really happened at Pokemon. Or, like, I want to be watching a documentary called The Pokemon Situation Used to Be Crazy. Because that's how movies will be titled by the time that I'm old enough to die, right? By the time I'm an old man, that's what movies will be called. And that's the movie I'll be watching on my deathbed. And I'll be saying, I am now going to die without any regrets. And then I'm not actually going to die because I'm, like, quite healthy for my age. And I have to live with, like, the cringe of having said that and then not having died immediately. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure the higher-ups are aware that there's crunch culture. Well, yeah, they're aware. But at this, like, you cannot... This is a thing that, like, I am fully aware of. And I feel like people who say that, like, oh, it's fine, oh, they should do it anyway, I don't think they really get the ramifications of, like, Pokemon games need to come out on time. They need to. This isn't like Silksong, okay? Not every franchise can be Hollow Knight, where the devs can just lock away from the world for 7 years and have haha fun making a really good video game. Because everything depends on the games coming out on time. It doesn't fucking matter if the games are good. The games don't make money. The games are, like, they're running on such a tight margin that you could sell, like, 5 games and 2 of them are pirated and the game would still make a profit. Like, functionally, that's the budget that Pokemon games run on. And, like, that's the thing. They just need to come out, and they need to have all the gimmicks, and they need to have all the Pokemon, because the trading card game needs to come out on time. They already printed the cards, right? They need to be shipped. The anime was already finished. Like, they've already, like, storyboarded and written half of the first season of the new anime. The plushies are currently in production. The Pokemon centers are already, like, planning their event schedules. They were already posted online about, like, when mystery gifts would be distributed. They need to come out on time. This isn't a thing about company crunch. It doesn't matter if everyone agreed. Like, if like 3 departments agreed that that the game could be delayed by a year, they can't be. It's like, I genuinely don't think this is an option. The only option they would have for this would be something like hiring a whole second studio to work on the mainline games. And considering how tight, because I'm pretty sure Game Freak keeps a relatively tight grip on the Pokemon trademark. I know that, like, they don't have full control of it, but, like, I'm pretty sure they're very, like, Game Freak wants to be the company working on the main games because that's their cash cow, right? Because once they, like, allow a second company to work on the games, it's possible for them to get ousted. So they want to, like, hold tight on that. So I don't think that's ever happening either because of self-interest. Very valid self-interest, by the way. It's not like it's been uncommon. Didn't this happen with Call of Duty? Where, like, the company originally working on Call of Duty or, like, Modern Warfare, which then got turned into Call of Duty, was literally, like, or not the company, but, like, all the people that founded the company, like, the 3 or 4 people at the top got ousted, and then, like, half of the devs left in solidarity. So essentially it's a different company now in terms of, like, the people actually working at it. Like, it's understandable that they'd want to keep a tight grip on the Pokemon franchise. So I don't see them ever letting a second studio make mainline games. So since the games need to come out on time and Game Freak will not give up control of the trademark, again, for good reasons, they're gonna be time crunched. It's just kind of the reality of it. There's no way out of this. I'm not saying it's good, obviously. Like, I still prefer a future where we get no Pokemon products for 2 years as Game Freak takes their sweet time to give all of their devs like a half a year vacation, like a 6-month vacation, all expenses paid. And then they spend that 1.5 years just optimizing. But like, it'd be a thing. Honestly, it'd be kind of interesting to see. Just imagine the biggest franchise grinding to a halt like that. It's not. They have money saved up. They must have to be able to like weather such a storm. And like, it'd be like a global phenomenon. Can you imagine the like opportunists, Digimon, like suddenly crunching their studios to like release like 2 new Digimon games to try and like capitalize on the lack of creature collectors? And then Pokemon comes back with the most bombastic game entry ever. That would be like a, dude, that'd be more interesting than any politics currently happening in the world. Wait, there shouldn't be better security at VGC tournaments. What do you mean? There should be better security. Like, VGC tournaments are kind of... I mean, I don't want to say that they're, like, unsafe, but, like, I wouldn't exactly... If I had a daughter, I wouldn't exactly feel good, like, if she went to a VGC tournament. Or just a Pokemon tournament, even if it's, like, I don't know, like, the youth section of the trading card game or whatever. Dude, I wouldn't feel that safe at a VGC because it's just a big group of people. I don't feel safe at conventions. Well, not safe, I just feel uncomfortable. I generally feel safe in large places still because, like, Germany's just a relatively safe country. You know, it's not much happens here. And when it does, it's like a huge thing. Dad Peo, please, your grandkids want to say their last goodbye. No, I'm watching the Pokemon documentary. Listen, if my grandkids really love me, they would watch it alongside me, or they would be the ones like telling me about it. I'm not saying delay, just give them long and have more people working on it. That's not how it works, though. Like, there's an upper limit to amount of people and like money you can pump into a company that will actually improve the end product. Because at the end of the day, like, if the people are working 8-hour days, probably longer if they're being time crunched, they still have, like, you can't have someone else taking over their thing. Like, every dev still is working on, like, their little specialty, their little field. And obviously a lot of interchanging happens, a lot of, like, communication, whatever. But, like, at the end of the day, if someone's designing a Pokemon and they go home for the day, someone else can't finish designing that Pokemon, right? Like, you have to wait for the person to come back to work to finish designing that Pokemon. You know? I know it's a very small team, don't get me wrong, I know it's a very small team, but like, I do think that Game Freak should hire more people, and I do think the budget of the game should be increased. I just feel like people who propose this as a solution are oversimplifying. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, yes, I think it would be good for there to be more devs working on these games, and I think it would be good for there to be more money being put into these games. Because if nothing else, at the very least, because they have 2 people, like, they have 2 teams of devs working on separate games at any given point, right? If they at least had more people working on them, they could just make those teams bigger. It would still be one company. Also, 1 second. My iPhone is losing its charge. So I must plug it in to continue having tracking. Because believe it or not, I quite like having tracking active. And I don't have my webcam even on the PC anymore, so yeah. I gotta put the phone back a little bit now to make that happen. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's a note that I just kind of forgot about. Let me put that there. Maybe like that. And then, oh, that's quite far away, huh? I gotta zoom in a little bit now. Oop, there we go. I should also turn on a light quickly, 1 second. All the fucking Pokemon Coliseum battle music plays in the background, by the way. The most like, is everything okay? I'm actually gonna put on different playlists, because shit's stressing me out. What is this music? I don't know. What about this one? What about this one? What about this one? Nope, this one? Yeah, now there's one. Alright, that's one I'm vibing with. That's a good vibe. Okay. Get my Wawa. Let me actually have a sip of Wawa while I'm here. Let me get my character a bit more present on the screen, I would say. A little bit more zoom. A little bit more zoom, yeah. There we go, there we go. I'm also gonna take this opportunity quickly to message my girlfriend back, because she messaged me. I think it's closed, but I will check for you, my love. Moi. Kisses. Smooches. Bites you. My wonderful girlfriend has tasked me, I dare say, to check if the bathroom window is open, so I will go do that quickly. And then we're gonna return back to shiny hunting. Whee! I'm so sad, man. I'm so sad. I went looking for snacks, but I didn't find any snacks that I liked in this very moment. I only found snacks that in this very moment I in fact do not want to eat. He's gone, boys. Take the chespin. No! I need it. I need the chespin. Please, please, God, I need the chespin. I swear to God, if by the end of this I just end up with like 20 digger speeds, I'm not even gonna have a crash shot. I don't even know what's gonna happen. I think I'm just gonna die. I think I'm just gonna implode. I think I will just like form into like a little pile of human sludge. Low power? Bro, you're currently... Aren't you currently charging? The fuck are you talking about, low power? Aren't you currently being charged? No? What? Why not? Why aren't you being charged? Oh, wait, I forgot. Guys, I gotta be right back again. You're just gonna have to look at my zoomed in bod. Ah. Alright, we almost got a fix for it, guys. You're not ready for it, okay? When I come back, it'll be literally the exact same as before, but I'll be back. But like, it's me again, and I know that you love me and miss me, and that you're like, no, where did my pay go? Not my favorite streamer, who is my favorite. I'm your favorite, right? And you're like, wow, I can't wait for my favorite streamer to be back on my screen. Because they are, and this is true, my favorite. Because I'm your favorite, right, guys? There we go. Get that shit. Come on. Get it put, nope, come on. Are we good? I think we're good. I can zoom in a little bit again. Yay! Okay, good. We're good again. We're good. Okay. What a fiasco. What a whole fiasco. Back to shiny hunting. I'm also super happy Toby Fox working on the Pokemon. He's like, yeah. So it's good that he's like, he didn't just disappear in the industry or whatever. He didn't disappear into the night. You can taste the footsteps they left in those games, in those themes. See, now you're making it sound, now it sounds like a foot thing, and now you made it weird. Now it's like a weird foot licking thing, and I'm not gonna talk about that. By the way, I don't know who made this theme, maybe it was him. The Jacquinth theme. It's so peak, man. It's literally become like my new, just like generic battling theme to put on when I'm battling someone. If I'm having a showdown battle with a friend from my draft league or something, if I'm in the online ranked mode of this game, you know it's Jacquin's theme. The children yearn for the electro swing, and by God, I am yearning. I am yearning for the electro swing at any time. I love electro swing, man. Call me a basic bitch white boy, bitchy white boy, bitch boy. Don't do that. That'd be very mean of you to do, and you do not have the... We're not close like that, okay? You can't do that. We're not close enough. But it's just so good. It's just such a good theme. And I love it so much, and it's so fucking good. God, it's good. I yearn for the electro swing. What can I say? Okay. Do we think that this has been enough resetting that we have another shiny? And that shiny perhaps could be Chespin? Do we think that after another 2 goddamn... Well, it's not been another 2 hours. It's been 2 hours of shiny hunting. Very actively and funnily, but it's so fun. I'm enjoying myself right now. I don't know if you can notice how much fun I'm having by how much I'm enjoying this. I mean, to be fair, it's actually quite enjoyable. It's quite a good yap, right? I feel like Power Wash Simulator often enough just still gets me back in the game by like the messages and stuff. But like this game, like I just yap. I just get to yap. I still don't know, because I'm noticing my model like moves back and forth a bit weirdly. I don't know where to put my goddamn phone, and I don't know where people put their phone for best tracking. Because I'm assuming it would have to be like right in front of you, but like that's where my screen is. That's where my monitor is. It's right in front of me. So like in terms of the like line of sight, right? So right now I put my phone like below, like leaning against the monitor, but then when I have to charge it, I need the bottom port to be like accessible. So I need to lay it on the side, which means I need to put it like further away, which makes the tracking just like a bit worse and not great. And I'm wondering how people normally do that. I guess I could like scotch tape it to the top of my monitor, but then it's like too high up. I don't know. It's something I'd need to like look into, like how people usually have their setup. Because honestly, my desk setup is not great. I've got a really weird desk setup because I bought this desk from IKEA, and it's like a pretty nice desk. I do like it. But it does not fit 3 screens. And with the way that the table height works, you kind of need to put the screens on like an elevated thing. So with me having the screens on the actual table and not on the elevated part of the table because it doesn't fit 3 screens there, I'm always like sitting badly or like too low or like slouched. And it also means that like I feel like my tracking could be in a better position if I didn't have that, but like I don't know, like I want to have 3 screens. And I don't know how else I would do that because 2 of my screens are quite old. So it's actually like really expensive to get a monitor arm attachment for them because a regular monitor arm doesn't attach to the back of them properly. So I'd need, like honestly, it would just at that point be cheaper to just buy new monitors that can just like flip sideways. That would honestly just be like a better solution to this dilemma. but I just kind of don't want to, like, I don't want to spend extra money. But, like, I also don't know what monitors, like, affect, right? I don't know if, like, having a bad monitor is, like, bad for your gaming. Because I know there's something about, like, refresh rate and resolution and stuff, but, like, I wouldn't want, like, a bigger monitor. So I guess a better monitor would just have more pixels, but, like, I kind of don't care about that. And I don't know if refresh rate affects anything. I guess it could, like, I guess color is another thing that could be affected by stuff. Like, I don't know what having an old monitor does to you. I don't know if that, like, is slowly corrupting my thing. No, I don't need 6 monitors. 3 is, like, more than enough. 3 is already, like, a shit ton. I already cannot fit 3 monitors. Like, I should probably go down to 2 again, but I don't want to. I want to stick with 3 monitors. But I just cannot make them fit on this table unless I have monitor arms. And I can't get monitor arms because they would be difficult to attach. And also, it would require me to get special adapters for these old screens. And at that point, I could just buy a new screen that doesn't need a special adapter. Because the adapters are like $40, and I would need 2 of them. Like, I'm not buying 2 monitor arms, or I guess 3, and then 2 just like metal casing thingies where all the point of them is that one side fits into the monitor arm, the other one fits into my old ass monitors. Right? I'm not doing that. I don't know. I don't know what the strat is here. I do know one thing though. We're pausing the music, we're turning back on the in-game sound. We're shiny checking. Let's shiny check. Please. Please give me chespin. Wouldn't it be so awesome if we got chespin right now? Wouldn't that be, like, so great? None of them are shiny? Oh my god. It's not even a shiny, it's... I don't know if that's worse than getting a shiny Diggersby. Just not getting a shiny. Yeah, nothing there. Is it even worth checking up there? I don't think it is. Because like I said, I don't think the bell sprouts are in range. And I don't even know if those fletchling up there are in range, because they've never been shiny either. Ah, back to it we go. It would be so awesome, it would be so cool, you're so right. Dude, I'm running out of things to yap about. This, I'm just kind of slowly dying over here. I'm slowly just dying. I'm just kind of dying slowly from the shiny hunting. From the shunting. I'm kind of just being shunted right now. I'm kind of just shunting myself. You know what would help this? McDonald's. I should ask my girlfriend if she wants McDonald's. By the way, do you want McDonald's today? Point right emoji. Point left emoji. Pleading face. And then a sticker of pay. Also pleading. Yes, that's how I talk to my significant other. No, you may not judge me. Okay? You may not. It's cool and based for me to do that, actually. It's actually based and awesome for me to be kind, okay? What autism does to motherfucker. Okay. Genuinely, because this has been a discussion point between me and my girlfriend. And I'm gonna, like, I know that the internet is very quick to prescribe autism. I know that people in general tend to be. I don't think I'm autistic. Or rather, if I am, I think I'm very low on the spectrum. I know that the autism spectrum doesn't really work like that with like high and low or whatever. But like, I think in terms of autism that affects me, that affects my behavior negatively, or even positive, like it just that affects me. I just don't think I have a lot of it. I think I've got like maybe a few drops of autism in there somewhere. I think my main thing is ADHD. I think all, like, because I went to like an autism meetup that my girlfriend sometimes goes to, and I went there like 2 or 3 times, and like every time I had something to say, it was always like, well, that's not really an autism thing, that's more of like an ADHD thing, but we can still talk about it. And it's like, yeah, I like a lot of the like symptoms of autism, like I know a big one that a lot of people talk about is like what it does to your social life. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a socialite. I'm not like an extrovert or whatever. I do consider myself an introvert. But like, bro, I make friends really quickly in new environments. Like you put me in like I switch school, I switch classes, I go into like university, whatever. I'll pick myself out like two different people, and then I'll make friends with them just right there. I just be like, hey, how you doing? You also start in college here? Isn't it interesting? Where are you from originally? Yeah, that's so cool. Did this field of study is so interesting, right? What's your like side field that you're going into? Oh, that's so cool. Just have some small talk, have some conversations. Stick around with them while you're on the like tour that the college is hosting, and you're like, this is like, man, this is so like lame, but also, haha, we can see the bars here, right? Like just talk. I don't think it's that hard, okay? I just do not think that's hard. And then once you have two friends, you know what? They'll make other friends. You can just get attached to them. You literally need to put the effort in for like 2 days. You need to like actively make the effort to approach a person, become friends with them for 2 days. And the thing is, everyone's so fucking ooh-woo introverted anyway, that like 80% of the time when you pick a person and you're like, yeah, this one looks nice, like you're also just gonna know within like 10 seconds if they're worth talking to, if they have like annoying opinions or whatever. Like, at least with me, like I'm not going to be able to do the strategy with someone who's like transphobic, because they're going to look at me and be like, you look kind of effeminate, don't you? And I'll be like, yeah. And then I'll walk away. But like, you just talk to them and then you do it for 2 days. And then by that, like, people are so desperate to want to have someone talk to them. Everyone who goes into a new environment, this is my PSA to anyone who out there who's like, oh, I'm so lonely in college. Bro, everyone's lonely in college. Everyone who like goes to university or goes to college changes schools. I changed school once or twice, technically, I guess 3 times if you count like elementary to middle school, whatever. I changed school like 3 to 4 times, depending on how you count it. And I went into like a vocational school, and I went to university for a little bit. And every time I did, everyone is desperate for someone to talk to them because they're all new, right? At least with like with school, you know, people tend to have their cliques from elementary school or from like the village that they're from. Like, understandable that it's harder to make new friends there. But like if you're in university, everyone's new. Maybe like a few people know each other from school, or like maybe they're from the same city already. Like, fair, you can still talk to them. That's still fine. But most people there will be standing there twiddling their thumbs nervously, being like, God, I hope someone talks to me so that I'll have friends while I'm in university, because if I don't make friends on the first day, I won't have any friends ever. Which, by the way, is not true. You can do the strategy just anytime. You could just be like, hey, how you doing? It's nice weather today, isn't it? Man, I don't think I've seen you in class before, or at least maybe it's because you're sitting behind me. Like, you just talk to people, and you do that at any time, and then you have your friends because they're all desperate to get talked to. And if you just do it for 2 days, then you can stop being the person who has to talk to other people, and you can start being the person being talked to, because then you'll have the reputation. Like, your new friend is going to come to you and be like, yo, I made this other friend. And you'll be like, yo, I don't have to now make the active effort to engage with you because my friend already, I already made this friend, and now they're making you my friend, and now we're friends. It's great, okay? It's based. It's awesome. It's good. It's so easy. It's like the easiest. That's all I'm saying. Making friends is not that hard. I say with like no real life friends right now. That's not true. That's not true. I just don't get out of the house much. But like, I literally know exactly where I could go to just instantly make some friends, because our city has like a, what's it called? It has like a building that is like, I don't think it's owned by the city, but I think it like the city sometimes gives it money as like a little like, hey, have some money for this like club or whatever. And they've got like tools and shit there. They've got like a 3D printer, woodworking, clothes working stuff for like working with fabrics. They've got like and the reason I was like, oh, I could literally go there anytime is they have like a weekly tabletop game thing where they either design or play the designed tabletop games. I could just go there at any time. I'd be like, yeah, you want to play some fucking Monopoly? Hey, how's it going? I'm Pei. I moved here like 3 years ago. How's it going? I never went because I was always too busy, but I finally made the time because I have some time now, and it's so easy. It's really not that hard. It sounds fun. Yeah, it sounds fun. I just never went. I never went even when I lived like, I don't know, 5 minutes or 10 minutes on foot away. Probably like 2 minutes with the bus. I just never went. Like for me, the thing about making friends is not the talking that's scary, it's the going there. It's not even scary, I'm just really lazy. I'm just not, like I said, I'm not a socialite. It's not that I don't care, but like, I have social interactions. I've got my online friends, I've got my girlfriend. I do go outside, obviously. I have interactions with people, even if they're not close friends. You know, in Germany, a lot of people walk. You have a lot of interactions with like cashiers, people on the street. I don't know, you go to a cafe, you just say hi to some people in line, you strike up a small conversation that lasts like 5 seconds because then you both want to get back to your coffee. Like, it's not that common in Germany for you to talk to strangers, but like you can. People appreciate, especially in like a small, in like a university town, like mine, where it's like everyone's young anyway. Like the whole like don't talk to people, leave them alone, social pressure. That's more of like a, as you get older, I feel like that settles in more into the German cultural spirit, I guess. It's just not that hard, okay? Go make friends. Go, yeah, I don't know. Go have an interaction with a cashier. Go be nice to someone on the street and just wave and say hi. Why did this turn into like a self-help thing? I just get so frustrated when people like talk about it as if it's hard, but like that's because I just don't think that's what it was, right? We were talking about why I don't think I'm actually autistic. Because like I don't have this issue. And I know that a lot of this kind of behavior, this like antisocial behavior, comes not necessarily from autism, but from like learned behaviors that can resemble autism, because in a lot of Western countries, people are now very sheltered when they grow up and don't have the ability to really go outside and interact with people because they live in like suburbs or whatever. But like, I don't know, you can still, it requires more effort, yes. And if you don't grow up learning how to do it, it's going to be more difficult, yes. But like, just do it, man. Friends are good. Friends are good for you. It's good to have friends. Have friends. Make friends. Friends good. Sorry. Wait, I got to respond to my girlfriend quickly. What do I want to eat, guys? What McDonald's burger do I want to try? McDonald's. Do I want to try a burger? Maybe I don't want to try a burger. I had a burger last time. I'm not. Am I feeling burger? What are we feeling? What do you think I'm feeling? Because I'm McDonald's mood, but I could just take a TS. I do love the Royal TS. That's my like go-to. Because I've not had mayo in a little bit, and I just think it's a good burger. I could get a Happy Meal. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna get a Happy Meal. I could get Kässpätzle Snackers. What the fuck? They have those now? That sounds insane. That sounds very German. I could just take a basic ass cheeseburger, to be honest. Maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll take a double. I don't want to have like 2 beef though. Can I have a single beef classic? Do they have just 1 beef? Do they have double beef classic but with just 1 slice of beef? I don't think they have that. I don't want to eat that much meat. I mean, I guess they're very small patties. I guess they kind of add up to 1 patty. Yeah, why not? Double beef rice and small nuggies. Curry sauce, mayonnaise. And if the menu has a 3rd sauce, then sour. Sour cream? I always think I like sour cream, but then it's always like my least favorite of the sauces I order. I could get sweet sour. Oh my god, I need to, oh, I want to try that. No, I'll take smoky. That sounds new and interesting. That's another thing why I don't think I have autism. I like trying new things. I actually like trying new things. I don't think it's scary. And maybe strawberry milkshake. Okay, I've ordered my food. I've ordered my things. I've ordered my bad habit stuff. Also, I've not had OBS open this whole time. I really hope that... Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. No lag, no nothing. We're still good. We're still good. What the fuck did you say to me, Wiggler? What the fuck did you say to me? McChicken sandwich. I don't really like chicken sandwiches. I don't know why. I really like chicken as part of like... I guess technically, like on a sandwich, it is in fact like carbs plus meat. But like chicken to me is a thing I very much enjoy having in like rice or pasta or spätzle, or like just give me like carbs plus vegetables plus a little bit of chicken. That's like my go-to food. That's legitimately what has helped me gain weight and also be like a little bit more healthy, is like carbs plus vegetables, and then sometimes I'll add chicken. But like most of the time it's just carbs plus frozen veggies. And then I'm like, then I'm happy. A special item on the menu per country. They have multiple. I know they have multiple. I do like trying some of the new items they have sometimes, just because I like trying new things. And at the end of the day, it's still McDonald's. Like I'm still gonna like it well enough. It's still like comfort food for when I just don't want to do anything. You know, and honestly, okay, this is a thing that my friend Marty always shits on me for, is I think a great way to judge a country, just like from top to bottom, is going to their McDonald's and ordering a Big Mac. Specifically a Big Mac, because you know you'll find a Big Mac anywhere. I think there's some exceptions, like when you have countries like Korea or Japan. I think Japan doesn't really have this, but I think Korea has a problem where like they don't really have a lot of cattle. They don't have a lot of like cow pastures because of the like they just mostly have chicken because of like the space or something. Like cow pastures take up too much space. I'm not quite sure. But I think a Big Mac is still like a good baseline of food to like try. And then you like can eat that and see how good it is. Also like the fries are a good judge, and obviously the chicken nuggets. I remember like when I think Germany has really good McDonald's. I think Germany's McDonald's, we have good food safety laws. We have good food quality laws as well. I think it's relatively cheap. I don't think like German McDonald's is that cheap. Like it can be like 15, 20 bucks for like a burger, like a Mac menu with a burger and then like nuggets separately and like a drink or whatever. Maybe like a sweet thing. It's like 15, 20 bucks. Like it's like, you know, it's more than I'd spend if I just cooked myself a meal for a whole day. Right? If I'm taking like every meal of the day would be like less than 20 bucks normally if I like made it myself. And I'm not even saying like expensively made it myself, but like if I just had like rice and frozen shit that I put together, that would be less expensive and healthier. Hell, even probably buying meat for yourself is more, it's cheaper than like doing a McDonald's thing. Yeah, you can buy like a good amount of like beef for like 8 to 10 bucks, like enough to last you for more than one meal. My girlfriend often makes like chili con carne, which lasts us for like 2 or 3 days. Usually like 2 days, because then we'll eat a lot on one day. And like that's typically like a good like 8 to 10 euros of meat. Because like we do try and buy the decent meat, not like the shitty cheap one, I guess. But like, yeah, I think you can judge a country off of that. I remember when I was in Norway, Marty judged me for this. Because I did that there when we were in like the city. I went like, hey, you have to like run an errand or something. I'm gonna go get some McDonald's and I'm gonna judge your country based on that McDonald's. And he was like, oh, you're so cringe for that. You're so weird for that. He hates McDonald's. And I was like, yeah, but your McDonald's is decent. I would say it's slightly better than Germany's. You know what? I think the Big Mac there tasted better than it does in Germany. I don't know what it is, but specifically the Big Mac in Germany always feels sloppy. And I don't mean like necessarily the texture, even though in some ways it is. It just feels more like slop than all of their other burgers. And it's not even like a beef thing. Like all of their other beef burgers are fine. It's just that specifically the Big Mac, they just don't put the effort in, is I guess how I would say it. And it's not just my specific McDonald's. I've tried this at many different McDonald's locations. It always feels like when I order specifically the Big Mac, they don't put in the effort, which is why I've stopped ordering it. It used to be my go-to when I was a kid, and it's no longer my go-to because I feel like they don't put in the effort. I feel like they're not They're just not giving it their all when they big my Mac. 20 nuggets, share a box with yourself. That's too many nuggies. If I get a burger, I typically won't get many nuggies because then I just won't eat them, right? It'll be a thing where like I'll be too full. McDonald's makes me very full. It's probably just because it's meat. Meat always fills me up extremely quickly. I think that's why it's helped a lot for me to kind of switch mostly to like rice and veggies. Not just right, like don't get me wrong, I don't just eat rice and veggies. I obviously eat other things, but like that's my go-to food. I would say about like 30%, 40% of the time, that's what I eat every evening. It's just carbs plus veggies. And that doesn't fill me up as much, so I can have a lot more of it. Even though I know that also like meat is more calorie dense, so it's kind of weird that it fills me up more because it should be that like for less weight of food, I get more calories. I don't know what it is. I think it's also a taste thing. I think just like I get like the feeling of being done with eating more quickly from meat than I do from rice and veggies. It's a thing about it like being heavy. Like I always say, like in Germany, you literally say like something is like deftig, right? Like that's how we describe like umami is the word deftig. And that also is another word for like something like hefty. I think it's like would probably be the literal translation. It's just hefty, like large and massive. That's what umami food is described as. Maybe it's literally just like a thing in my brain where like, because that's the word association I have with the flavor of umami, it fills me up more, but it's just like, I'm just imagining it, right? Maybe that's like an interesting psychological thing to look into. I don't know. Accept my pocket trade, please. My phone is like not here. I don't have my phone. My iPhone is not the phone that I use for my daily like phoning. I literally bought this iPhone just for Pocket, and then I still wouldn't use it now because I'm using it for like VTubing. What's the trade? Make it worth my while. Make me feel like it's worth my while. The only Pokemon I'm looking for in Pocket right now is Jolteon EX because I did some trading yesterday. Turns out I got some decent cards to trade for actually. A lot of people want my I got like 4 or 5 copycats or something. A lot of people want them. And I'm not currently looking for anything at like 2-star rarity or 2 diamond rarity, I guess. So I was like, oh, I have nothing on my wish list. And they're like, oh, why you haven't sent for trade then? It's like, well, I just set all my cards for trade that I have dupes of. Anyway, I did that. And I now have cards to make myself a Mega Absol deck. I actually got Mega Absol not from trading, but from a Wonder pick, which was really nice. I got a Mega Absol Wonder pick. And I got a Jolteon EX, but I got the special art version. I don't have the regular version. And I'm wondering now, because like no one wants to trade Jolteon EX, just like the regular version, for anything that isn't from the new pack, from like the Mega pack. So since I don't have like Mega Gyarados or Altaria or Blaziken or whatever, I can't get a regular Jolteon EX. But I could trade away like my full art Giovanni or something, like one of the cards I don't really use the full arts of, or like my full art Irida or whatever, to get a full art, like another full art special art Jolteon. But I don't know if I'll enjoy playing the deck enough for that to be worth it. But the deck does look really fun because I've been using now Darkrai and Giratina EX for the current tournament, which like it feels so bad to play and it's so slow. And like I can beat any deck with like the right game plan, the right luck, obviously. Like it's a good deck. Except Mega Blaziken. I cannot beat Mega Blaziken. Fuck that deck. I hate Mega Blaziken. I think that card is way too powerful and should be banned. Literally, it's like, what the fuck were they thinking? I'm not gonna have another crash out about this, by the way. I had like 3 crash outs in my Discord server already about Mega Blaziken EX in Pokemon Pocket. I'm not gonna have another crash out, but like, God, it's the fucking worst. And I don't think that Jolteon EX would be able to beat Blaziken EX. But I do also want to try like a different version of Darkrai EX where I do Mega Absol plus Darkrai with like with Pichu and Oricorio Electric. I saw some versions of that floating around, look really interesting. I might try that because I think that Oricorio Electric would let me have a decent matchup into Blaziken EX. I mean, Oracle Electric is just good, obviously, because a lot of decks just run EXs. I would need ways to heal the burn, though. That's kind of like the big thing. Because, like, dude, the burn on Mega Blaziken is just so overtuned that that's like a thing. It's just poison but stronger. It's so fucked. It's so messed up. Okay, but but like, yeah, Wiggler, you have to tell me what the trade is. Because, like, maybe if it's good enough, I'll put down my controller. But before I do, I also just realized I had the background music muted this whole time. So only I was listening to it. That's fucked up. I'm so sorry about that. Night is falling over the city. Let's let night fall over the city. And then we're gonna check our shinies again. It's been like another 30 minutes maybe. Let's see if we get the chespin. Hello, just survived cancer. Congratulations. I'm glad you survived cancer. Fuck that disease. That's a shitty ass disease, and I think its mom doesn't love it. And I think that it like peaked in elementary school. And it's also stupid. And good on you for beating the shit out of it. Okay. I hear alpha, but do we hear shiny? Nope. No shiny. None shiny, but a big Banui, I guess. Big Banui. But no shiny. It's fine. Let's get the audio back. Let's maybe not have combat audio. I don't think it's combat audio time. Yeah, that sounds pretty decent. That sounds like audio I'd listen to right now. God, almost 3 hours. 3 hours of just doing this, huh? What a productive stream. Oh, man. I will say, though, I'm glad that my last few streams have been more yappy. Because as fun as it is to have, like, a game to commentate over, is it weird of me to say that I want people to be watching for me? Is it weird of me to say that, like, I wish people, or I want people to mainly come watch the streams because of just how awesome and great I am? And that includes me doing literally nothing except yapping while I'm shiny hunting and failing at doing so. I don't think that's weird at all. I think it's based of me. I think it's based and correct. And that by doing so, I'm being based. I'm getting kind of tired. I want my shiny chespin, man. I just want fucking chespin. We're gonna try for one. Okay, we're gonna do one more shiny. We're gonna go until one. No, that's, I can't commit to that because now I'm not gonna get like any shiny spawns for like 5 hours. If I say that, I have to be reasonable. How about this? Okay, we go for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Because not even 5. We're gonna go for like 3.5 minutes. Because then we'll be at 2 hours, 45 minutes streamed. And then I'll maybe do like an online battle, or I will just... No, I'll do an online battle. I'll do at least 1 or 2 online battles. I think. And then we'll call it. Yapman is still here. Welcome home, Marty. I'm glad you got home safe. Yes, we did in fact get 2 more shiny diggers, or 3. I don't fucking remember. At this point, it's all just numbers. It's all just numbers and letters, and they're put together in a way that makes me sad. That's all there is right now. There is a, what is this, Undrula Town? No. What's the, you know, it's Furred walking music in the background right now, so that makes me a little bit happy. Nope, not flying there. Alright, 2 minutes, 30 seconds more of shiny, of resetting. And then we'll see if there's a shiny, and maybe it's chespin, and even if it's not, well, we'll call it there. That'll be that. That'll be the stream. Because I need to play a real video game, guys. I need to go and like play Monster Hunter Generations, or I need to play like Hollow Knight or whatever. Or I need to go be productive. I need to like go do chores. I need to go eat my McDonald's when my lovely wife arrives with lovely McDonald's. And then I need to like do documents that I talked about earlier, and I need to look for documents. And I need to still plan stuff for this week because I'm driving home. So I need to see what trains I'm taking for that because I haven't checked yet. I don't like having things to do, but also I like having things to do, but I also don't like having things to... Dude, I'm like never happy, man. When I'm busy, I'm like, oh, I hate being busy. And then when I'm not busy, I'm like, oh man, I'm so bored. I wish I was more busy. I can't be made happy. I'm a perpetually... I'm Sisyphus rolling the boulder down. As I'm like about to reach the top, I'm like, no, I'm bored of rolling the boulder now. And then as I see it roll down, I'm like, man, I wish I was rolling the boulder up right now. And then I go down, I start rolling the boulder, and I'm like, oh, I'm bored of rolling the boulder. I don't want to be doing this. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. Perpetually whiny British. Oh, bitch. Oh, I see. I thought that was gonna be like British. And listen, I'm all for making fun of the British, but like, I don't think my situation right now describes average Britty whininess, British whinishness. I'm having a stroke. I'm stroking out. I'm dying. My brain is dying. Guy, it's because I'm using my magic brain powers to manifest shiny chespin. It'll be there, guys. It'll be there. Just don't worry. In 20 seconds, that's when it'll have been 2 hours and 45 minutes of streaming. In now 10 seconds, we're gonna check. Are you guys ready? One more reload. 5 seconds. It's time, guys. It's time to check. Nope. Nothing. Oh look, there was a chespin. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. It's okay. I'm okay. We're all okay. You know what? It's okay. What's the verdict today? 18 shiny Diggersby. We've added a total of 4 more Diggersbys this stream. 4 Diggersbys. Add them to the pile. Slap them on there. 4 Diggersbys. Or was it 3? I don't even remember. You don't sound okay? Let's go play some online ranked. And get completely wiped because I'm not using Xerneas. And Xerneas and Yveltal are legal right now. I'll just be using my regular team. I kind of want to give... I want to give Dragonite a Roselli Berry because of all the fairy moves. But I also don't care. So because I don't care, I'm not going to change it. Because I made it to N rank with this team already, and that's pretty good. Also, yeah, that was I spent a long time getting that profile picture. It took a long time getting the exclamation mark and getting the Alpha Gardevoir into the picture, but you know what? I think it's funny. Also, God, the music. Ah, Jacquine's theme is so good. Also, here's my strategy, by the way. Set up the light screen. Set up the reflect. Yeah, try attacking me, bitch. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Who are you bringing out, huh? I'll do a Shadow Ball on you, why not? And I'll switch out. And... time to get... oh, Stone Edge, that's interesting. Nice, 1 kill. It's so easy, guys. It's so easy. I don't have Mega Energy built up, but that's fine. Ooh, that guy's got an Alpha. Do a Dragon Rush here. Hits both. Never mind, and then we switch. Yep. Bro stole my kill, but that's fine. Oh, now we get... and... oh, dude, we totally get this kill. Mega Evolve, nice, nice, nice. Let's see if we can get this one as well, now that our cooldowns are going down. Come on, give it, give it, give it, give it. Yo! And we can switch. 3 kills that early, holy shit. Yeah. Can no longer switch, we're out of switches. But that's fine, we can set up our screens and we can be a bit more passive now. See if we can like... oh shit, okay. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. I couldn't switch anymore anyway, so it was fine, it was fine. Get back in. immediately set up my Reflect because of all these physical attackers. Kind of want to just hit that guy, to be honest. Try a Shadow Ball. Like, we can totally kill him, man. That's fine, we got Reflect, we got Reflect. Nah, damn, he switched. Okay, I'm not getting my light screen up. I'm not getting that up here. Dragon Rush? Horn Leech, okay. Taking a few hits here that I'm not a fan of. Oh, you want to fight? You want to fucking tussle? I got Stone Edge. Okay, I'm not staying out in front of the Xerneas, though. I'm not doing that. Let's just Mega Evolve. We got a lot of Xerneases around. Oh, fucker dodged. Unbelievable. Nice. Thanks for the kill. Let's Ironhead this guy. Close combat? You're really willing to lower your fucking defense? Oh, why am I Earthquaking? What the fuck is wrong with me? It's fine, it missed anyway. Stone that edge. Night Slash. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let's just switch out here. It's fine. Yeah, we're not getting that Dragon Rush off because it goes into 2 fairy types here. It's fine, we're taking a death here. Maybe I can Earthquake this? Oh my god, I got that kill? Seriously? I get that? Oh yeah, we died a Moonblast here, absolutely. Yeah, there's no way. We don't respawn by timer, but that's fine. We still win, we still win. Like, dude, this team's pretty good. It was better when there was a lot more, like, Garchomps and Dragonites around. I didn't see anyone else running the Habanberry strat, but, like, it lets you just, like, trade Dragon Rushes and win. Because you can just Dragon Rush into Ice Punch. And it generally just wins you the 1v1 versus any Dragon type. What I always do is, like, I've got my Reflect Light Screen, maybe damage any Dragon types that are already out with Moonblast, or Shadow Ball for, like, Gardevoir or Metagross. Like, just because this was for the previous season, right? Is when I made this team. And then, with those protections, with the light screen, like with the double screens, Dragonite can almost always get a kill. And with, yeah. And then once Dragonite has taken a hit, that brings you to low HP. Go Metagross. A lot of the time, on my first set, I won't have Mega Energy yet, but then by the second set, I can almost always just Mega Evolve it and then just wreak havoc. I thought about running Sword Stance on it. I know it gets you a few more kills, but I really like running Bullet Punch plus Ironhead. Stone Edge is really useful for Talonflame, Charizard, and stuff. And then Earthquake because of things like Mawile, Excadrill, and stuff. So it's useful to have the moves that I have, but no Sword Stance does hurt on it. I like this online mode, though. It's a good online mode. And the rewards are actually worth it this time around. So it's even more fun to do. Alright. 109 hours is what we're at now. And still no shiny chespin. That's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna be calling it here. Fun stream. Lots of yapping. Thanks everyone for stopping by. I know this was... like, I thought this would be like a much more kind of just me stream for a little bit, but we had some actual people stopping by, hanging out on the side, maybe also shiny hunting along. If you were shiny hunting along, why don't you leave a comment telling me what shiny you caught, or if you did anything else, I guess. YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, Twitch stuff, follow on all the socials, Twitter, Discord, I don't know, you know the drill, you know the drill. No stream, probably no stream tomorrow, but I might find some time for maybe some, I don't know. Maybe I'll find some time for, like, Monster Hunter. That could be quite fun. I am gonna try to get Brawly planned. I still wanna continue playing Run and Run with the current run, because the current run is very fun. And I'm gonna see, while I'm at my parents' place, since I will have little else to do, if I can do some Brawly planning. Maybe I can figure out a line. But no streams starting Thursday at the very least. Might be one tomorrow, but Thursday, Friday, definitely no streams. Saturday, Sunday, I don't stream anyway. And then I don't know if I'll be back on Monday already. We'll see. Like I said, my streaming schedule right now is very messy. Check my Discord to know more, and check my Discord because it's fun there, and we do Pokemon draft. I should yap about the draft again sometime. There's been a lot of fun stuff in draft. Anyway, With all that being said, have a good one. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next stream. Have a good one. Bye-bye. 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 Where's my ending stream button? Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.